Destruction's your grandma. Perfect territory. It's always game on, motherfucker. Woo! I'm fucking grannies in 2025. Keep the streak alive for her to know. We're back. Yep.
It's your boy Chris out here doing a Lita impression on this pink microphone. Hi. But I'm over here not doing art. I'm getting ready to start though. Start trying to be some funny, man. Hoping this Red Bull's gonna kick in here any moment now.
Red Bull.
Brought to you by Red Bull. Red Bull, it gives you wings.
You can't do that, man. It's going to conflict with our On It sponsorship we're trying to get,
On
bro.
it, yeah. Also, I also did take some Alpha Brain before I came as well too. So.
You know, Alpha Brain improves your cognitive function. It's been proven in 2 back-to-back double-blind placebo studies.
I don't doubt it. Also, you know who loves it?
Who?
Me.
Him.
Yeah, me. Also, Joe Rogan loves it. But, you know, he does love it too. Well, we'll
Available at your local vitamin shops and some Walmarts.
yeah, some Walmarts. Yeah, we're just out here. We're shamelessly promoting. Speaking of shameless promoting and tossing salad, we got some cool dudes on the show tonight. Some repeat offenders, if you will. Actually, this puts Ace now into the #1 slot of people that have been on. Am I going in the top on this one? Yeah, all right, sorry. I'm used to being a power bottom. So yeah, so we got the homies, the Lewis and Clark of comedy in the Shenandoah Valley. You know, the homies. The I don't know who else would they be like. Oh, what's a good buddy cop combo?
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, Lethal Weapon would be good. I think more like
Turner and Hooch.
or Romeo Must Die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die. Only because Connor has a very Jet Li like presence, man.
Oh, you could just cop out and say Rush Hour.
Everybody knows that Romeo Must Die was just like straight up a copy of Rush Hour. Just with.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Rush Hour or was it Cradle to the Grave? Because DMX and Jet Li
It-
did like a couple movies
It was
together.
Cradle to the Grave.
Oh, Cradle to the Grave, yeah. But who was Romeo Must Die?
That was Jet Li. DMX was in it. He was only in it for 5 minutes. Got
Okay.
popped. But it was when they were doing that shit with Aaliyah. Remember?
Which one is the one where
yeah.
Anthony Anderson like is chasing Aaliyah and he's like, "You Aaliyah looking bitch."
Is that the one where Anthony Anderson has to act gay to try to get past the?
It might be. He's like a security dude or
yeah.
some
That might have been Exit Wounds.
shit.
Because
Ooh.
they had like DMX was in. He did like 3 movies all
I
were the
forgot.
fucking
That's
same.
what he was
Yeah.
like. I wasn't on crack that time.
Yeah.
Like, we just need a
Not
black
that
guy.
time.
No, I've always thought
After
of
I
us
got
more
that
of like Obama and Biden power team of comedy. You know what I mean?
Ace isn't that senile. Nah.
No, I'm Biden.
I know that.
Oh.
The joke was, you know,
Okay.
everybody
I
would
had
have
to
thought
think.
Ace was Barack, but no.
That's-
Now you guys are fucking fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Black and White Comedy Productions has brought Black and White Comedy Productions is your team together.
Yep. We made it up.
Yeah, you guys are specifically, I guess you were like DC to West Virginia.
Alexandria to West Virginia.
Alexandria to West Virginia.
Is yeah.
Okay, there's
but he was actually already in West Virginia before I even did comedy, so he kind of made it easier, I guess, to kind of paint the picture. But yeah,
Yep, and for everybody that wants to catch up on that back show, we'll get a link up to that one. We're not gonna stay on that old shit.
yeah, we got the whole backstory on episode 1 or episode 2 of Helltown Radio meets Black and White Comedy.
Yeah, because
it's heartwarming and all that.
Yeah, the past three, I feel like the past 3 or 4 months, you guys have been just huge pendulum swing, man. Just been like a lot of momentum. You guys have been booking big time shows. You know, you guys yourselves are doing big shit, like, you know, getting booked, doing cool stuff. I mean, like, has there been, was there like some sort of catalyst in that, or did you just like, did just something just fate, or, you know,
Just probably just kind of like a amp up the fun level kind of thing, you know what I mean? We started, like, our first show was in a hemp dispensary, and then we moved up to like bars and grills and that kind of thing, and then we just figured like what's the next kind of step from there, and we did like some little smaller event venues kind of thing, like where people have weddings and stuff. And then I guess the next step from there was a theater, and I happened to have one in my hometown that had never did comedy, so yeah, they were all for it, and we had Tony Woods there, and it was an awesome show.
Yeah.
Had like 300 people up in there. Did a second show a couple weeks ago. Had like
Saint Germain.
44 people up in there.
It was a good show.
It was a good comedy show. We had fun on stage in a theater, didn't we?
Yeah, goddamn right.
Yep. We showed up and showed out. 44 other people showed up and showed out. It was awesome. It was awesome. So maybe we'll do another one there. And then we got Rich Voss in the Backseat Event Center in Winchester. This could be really cool.
Hell yeah, man.
I can't breathe out of my nose. That's why I sound like this. And then
What'd you do this weekend?
What?
You look like you were like, I came to the country because I was fighting the embargo.
Yeah, but I don't. They say don't snort your own stash, as they say. So I gotta keep my nose clean. No pun intended when I move shit across the border. But no, I can talk like that because my wife's Mexican.
You're like you should take up acting. You could probably play a various swath of roles, from like a person from like the Eastern Bloc all the way to like somebody from Bogota.
I appreciate that. I think that's
like there's some Italian actor that like he was the bad guy in Commando, and he was fucking the girl's dad in Clueless. I was like, yo, how the fuck does he play this?
That guy, what was that guy's name? He's also the dad in Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, he's like in all kinds of movies, and he always plays like different, like ambiguously racist.
He kind of talk
people.
exactly like you.
Kind
like
of
super deep, like radio.
He's like, what's that dude's name? I forget what his name. No, I think if we're gonna talk about racial, ethnic ambiguity. Definitely Steven Seagal is still the GOAT. I mean,
he just look Italian to me.
Yeah, but if you look at his filmography, he has portrayed Jewish,
how big is
Italian.
The picture of him above your bed?
It's on the ceiling. Are you looking for some Ash? Right by the middle finger. I think that's what we've been historically doing. I was gonna hopefully get this Red Bull freed up for that. Have you thought about going? I mean, have either of you guys ever thought about doing like acting, like I mean,
that's what I was gonna.
Because it seems like that's like the evolution that you feel like. I feel a lot of comedians go through as they start off doing stand up, and then somehow.
Have you ever done anything like have you ever done anything like that?
No, just comedy skits, but nothing. But that's my next goal is to start getting into shit like that.
I never thought about it, but once I started doing stand up and like saw it as an art form, I started like watching movies differently.
Right.
And I thought, appreciating like the directing and the acting and all that shit, and I thought it'd probably be something cool to be a process of. So it's been festering in my brain a little bit.
Black and White Productions, man. Black and White Productions coming 2027.
Starring Jonah Hill. As Connor Williams.
Nah, man. Eddie
Chet
Hoffman.
Hanks as Ace Jackson.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I should have picked him for you, man. God damn it. I wasn't thinking fast. He would actually, dude, he could do a Chris Kenworthy biopic.
Oh, shit. I am so fucking flattered. I am so fucking flattered by that. Chet Hanks is one of my favorite, like, off-brand comedians, man. Like
he's right next to the Steven Seagal picture.
Dude, he's like when he proclaimed. Well, he was the guy that proclaimed White Boy Summer. He's the one that made up White Boy Summer. It was like I think it was Pandemic Summer. He was like, "Yo, Pandemic Summer is White Boy Summer."
But he was in a Jamaican accent.
Was he?
Remember? You don't remember the Jamaican accent he had for a while?
Yeah, I do. Now I do.
Yeah.
I blocked it out of my brain because that shit makes me so uncomfortable when white people do that shit. It does, man. It's like listen, man. When
it's just like you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does. As a Afro-American, it does because, like, I'm trying to be down, and then they come in and ruin it for me. It's just fucking terrible. It's a bad joke, but no, we had we had a party at my house once, and it was just bizarro. There was a woman there. She's a little bit older, and she was in a bikini, and she was doing her thing and having a good time and being Miss Thing. And then there was a group, and she was hanging out with some of the older women, and then there was a group of younger women there. And they were sitting there doing their things, and this blonde woman had a couple drinks and decided that she was going to assert her dominance over the pride.
Okay.
And it was a very interesting mechanism that she chose to do. And we're down the river. Me and my homie are sitting over like about 10 feet away, cracking crabs, eating crabs at the table. And all of a sudden I hear, "Hey, do you battle rap?" And like one girl or the other, and I'm leaving names out because we live in a small town and this is very easily identifiable. She's like, "Do you battle rap?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck no, please don't do that." And I was like, "Please, no." I was like, "No, please." And then, yeah, it was a middle-aged white woman started involuntarily battle rapping at this woman in her early 20s who didn't know how to respond because she was taken back too. She was like, didn't realize that she was going to get battle rapped.
Do you know what caused what set her off to be like, you know
She
what, I'm
wanted
not
to
going to
be
fight
alpha.
you, but I'm a battle rap you.
She wanted to be alpha. That's what
She wanted to be alpha, and I think that Yellow Wolf was on the radio at the time.
Where
and
the fuck was I at? Oh my god, I wish I was there.
Me too. This was like I guess 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, dude, that was one of my uncomfortable moments. That was an anticlimactic story. But
Chris throws some of the best parties though. He throws some of the best house parties.
yeah, you guys got to come out. Hey, you can bring the kids and shit too. We have a party coming up on July 4th, man. You guys come out and do that thing.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I try to stay. I don't like fireworks. They're fucking what? Who said that?
You don't like
You
fireworks?
and your un-American ass over there.
It's PTSD.
Look,
he got PTSD, man.
It's
already-
it's people's rights to lose their fingers on July
I
4th.
was in the fucking Navy, bro. I'm allowed to not like them.
Oh, all right.
Oh, so they like all right, yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm being sarcastic, but it just gets annoying after a while. The dogs freak out, kids wake up. You know what I mean? I've seen it before. The boom, the bang. Spoiler alert.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out, Connor. Have
Okay.
you ever heard of acid? And have you ever looked at the sky?
Yeah, I haven't combined acid and fireworks, but I wouldn't be the one.
Not advisable.
I wouldn't want to be the one.
It
setting
is
them off.
heavily advisable, and it is like a gift from the gods that such chemicals could exist that you could see fireworks be better than regular fireworks.
Yeah. I want to get one, dude. I want to see one of them drone shows, dude. Those drone. You ever seen
Oh,
those drone
yeah,
shows
dude.
that they do now?
I see when they
send,
fall out of the
thousands-
sky and they have somebody in the
Dude,
audience.
that shit was crazy. That shit happened once.
You haven't seen them?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they'll get like 1,000+ drones and they'll sync them all together, and it'll look like that, but they're moving, you know, and they're not.
Oh, they
all
better
synced,
not
so
let me
they're-
have control of that fucking laptop.
They're putting together like a dragon in the sky or like a American flag. Well, probably not an American flag, but wherever, you know, because I think who's got that locked down? The Chinese.
Chinese got a shit ton of them. They have
Yeah.
like these motherships that they
Yeah.
like deploy like smaller ones with.
We try to do it, and they just like fucking crash into each other.
I
and,
mean,
like,
that's what a lot of
9-year-old gets nailed.
people. There's a certain sect of people that are UFO aficionados, I guess, unless you call them conspiracy theorists, that think that all these new alien sightings are just like hypersonic drones.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's what like the stuff over Jersey that they were seeing for a while, like a couple months back. They were saying it was drones that were
Yeah, and China's got a shit ton of those.
We get them.
things.
We get them out here.
like SUV sized drones.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, give me one. Come on.
There's one guy. Yeah, there's one guy. There, maybe we shouldn't name drop him because the fucking FBI will sniff him out. But there's one dude that y'all know that is always posting videos of like drones flying over his house and shit.
Yeah, and he's a dude that if he's posting it,
Yeah.
then it's real, dude. Because he's like, yo, that the gentleman that we're not gonna put, we won't
Yep.
say his name. He's an alumni of the show as well, and a good homie of ours. Yeah, but he's the type of guy that if he posts something, you should give it some thought. You know what I'm saying? It holds water because he's the type of guy that there's got to be tangible, quantifiable data available. There's like some shit. I saw him one time. He's very interesting because we all know him as a very calm and controlled dude. I saw him one time almost beat somebody up at a bar
I can't imagine.
over
that
stolen
shit.
valor shit. Yeah, it was kind of wild,
Ooh,
dude.
I cannot even imagine. Like, that'd be scary as shit.
Man, you should have seen it too because the best part was there was a group of women sitting at the end of the bar that saw it happen, and they were like, and they all know him from before. And after it happened, they were like, "Oh
Ooh,
my!" They
give
were
me
like,
that.
"Ooh!" They were like, "Poppy."
Ooh, he's calm and collected.
So the women out here like it when somebody beats somebody up. All right, copy. No.
Well, it depends.
Nah.
Y'all.
Or battle rap.
No battle.
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
'cause I-
beat his ass or battle rap him, or you don't love me. That's how it goes.
About to be an undisputed champion battle rapper here in Fur Row.
I used
damn.
to. I used to.
Nah, there's a white boy in a trailer park that will demolish everybody. He got a
Nah.
rat tail. It don't make sense. Like,
All I
Name's
got to
Ricky the Third.
yeah, they call me Ricky the Third.
let me find out.
You
Y'all
know-
got
you know who
y'all
can-
out here.
The Bird.
You know who can parody rap like a motherfucker?
Who?
Phil Taylor.
Oh yeah,
Phil Taylor is funny as
What's
fuck.
his rap name? Because you can't be afraid of a nigga named Phil.
Oh man, you know Phil, redheaded dude he's always at the Cat and Mountain Lounge, kind of nerdy. He's in the Punky Brewsters.
Okay.
He's watching this like, why the fuck am I nerdy?
Oh no, he'll be the first motherfucker to tell you. Yeah, man, it's
dude, I gotta make some beats for him then.
oh, dude,
You make beats?
you know who else? You know who else is good
beats
at?
is easy as shit.
Shit.
Yeah, I can do it on the table, dude.
Let me get like 8. I need like 8 beats.
I used to do a lot of not battle rapping but freestyling. I used to freestyle a lot with my
Yeah,
friends.
we used to do that in like
Yeah.
our friend's basement.
Yeah.
Like, it was hilarious. One time it was hilarious. This was like one of the funniest parties I ever went to. There was this hippie band called like Transcendental Juju or some wild shit like that. But just so happened the dude that played guitar for that band was like gay, like and like lived in this like ranch house with his husband, boyfriend, like straight up couple, and they would have like straight up like people like from the neighborhood because it was like near ghetto adjacent. They would just have like people battle rapping in their basement. It was funny as shit to me because I was like, there's a bunch of tapestries of the dead and like dudes getting high, and then downstairs there's a vicious battle rap going on.
And just two gay dudes just cultivating it all.
Yeah. I was like, this is not what I thought was gonna be in here. At the very least, in the most innocent sense, I was like, oh, this party could be wild, or it could be just like really nice. They could have a good cheese platter. Turns out they had battle raps in their basement.
You saw the underbelly of gay parties.
I saw one of the most wildest fights at that place too, because of the battle rap. Some kid came and was like, nobody wanted a house to get hot, and they would let this dude in, so he was drunk as shit and just kept punching the door. And then these people came out, and they weren't even mad about that. They were just leaving, and then they were like, I think he swung on the dude, and then it started the wildest fight. The only thing that stopped the fight is this dude was so drunk that when this dude went to go he was galloping to punch him in the side of the head. And there was a car right beside him, and the dude walked into the car and slumped and fell over, and the other dude ran full force in the car, and then it just stopped the fucking fight. It was the wildest shit ever.
I haven't seen a good fight in a minute. I'm overdue for one.
The cops definitely came. There was like fucking a fight for like 100 yards down the street.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've seen like a real fight. I'd probably it's probably been like 10 years. I'd probably be
That
like,
means you're
guys, stop
Yeah,
it.
that means
you're
you're
gonna hurt
good.
each other.
It means you're going to the right places, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
No,
try to keep my
Connor
nose
leaves
clean.
early. Connor leaves before all the fuckery happens. Connor's like, I'm out.
Actually, I might leave this podcast in like 15 minutes. It's pushing it. It's 8:05. I'm getting
Nappy.
snoozy. Yeah. I like how you took the mic out of the
Nah,
stand.
I'm just used to. Just used to performing and shit. So,
You could do
Fucking tell a
any
story.
jokes? You could do any jokes for us, or
I'm always gonna do joke stories and shit like that. I got a story about Chris because
Hell yeah.
'cause Chris.
do you get that when you're like around non-comedian friends, or like do a bit or do a joke, tell us some?
Only at
Comedy.
work, and I'm like,
Tell us some
I'm not here
jokes.
for
Yeah,
that.
it's
Like,
even
I'm not here
lamer.
for that. It's like we're in an office setting. I
You
don't
want to
have
hear a dick joke?
yeah, it's
I can't drop the.
that's a weird thing. It's like people will ask you if you tell them, hey, I do stand up comedy. They'll be like, oh, tell me a joke, and like immediately there's a great Hannibal Buress bit about it, and he's like, he does it justice, but essentially he's just like, you just hit him with like the most offensive joke you can say, like, you know what I mean, and then you just go from there. But it's a weird thing because it's got to be contextual. People don't understand that, like, you can't just like, it's not just like, hey boy, I just flew in from Chicago and boy are my arms tired.
How about airplane seats?
No,
There's
no,
those
no.
people too.
What is the deal?
That are like you have like a funny moment, and they're like, you should put that in your comedy routine.
I hate that.
Everything.
I should not.
Nah, we was out. Shout out to Bear Run. It was me, Ray, Steve, and Al Barnes. We was out in fucking somewhere in like Pennsylvania. We was walking around this little like strip mall that pretty much. And this one woman was like, "Y'all not from around here, are you?" And I'm like, "How could you know? How could you tell?" And she was like, "No, what are you here for?" I'm like, "We're gonna do a comedy show like in a couple of hours." She's like, "Well, tell me a funny," and she proceeds to pull out her phone, goes to Facebook Live for all 2 people, and makes us tell jokes in the middle of the fucking strip mall.
Damn, man,
What'd she
that's-
do to make you?
Yeah, no, really.
She was like, dance.
Yeah, pretty much. No, she was black too, so she was just happy to see another black person. She was like a fucking dog. She was like, "Arr!"
That was the other 2 people in the Facebook Live feed.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh shit, they're bringing comedy over here." Yeah, and then,
do exist. The M&M's commercial.
we belong in different bags and shit. But yeah,
Woof.
Don't be mixing
That's not
up.
where I was going with that.
I won't have a peanut in my house. Milk chocolate only.
that's my nickname in some girl's phone right now. Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate. I don't know. I'm just making that shit up random. But anyway, shout out to my man Chris. This nigga Chris has everything on deck. We was talking, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm looking for a Game Boy SP." And he's like, "Hold on, I got you."
Dude, he definitely
Fucking
has...
2 hours later, he's like, "I got you. It's red okay?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, bro." Let's
He's got Game Boy SP energy.
Yeah, if you need a plug on your vintage video games, I got you. Toys, got you. You know,
Motherfucker came through in the clutch. I've been playing the fuck out of that shit.
just-
Like a
dude.
He just had to go to his storage unit.
Yeah, it was with the quickness. I was like, "Yo,
I
this
had
is
one
so-
downstairs. I literally had one. I had an extra one. So when he said, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got it." I had a moment. The 2-hour dilemma though was just like the hoarder in me was like, but I might need it. But I might need it sometime if I ever,
What did you want it for?
I just want, man. Because I lost my fucking other one when I moved, so it's like might be in storage. I just wanted one. I just fucking had like the craving for it because I wanted to fucking just like relive shit.
Right on.
And then he came through with, and I was like, I've been playing the fuck out of it and shit. Yeah, man.
I keep that thing on me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we got blow, bling blow. I got the
I like how it has a clicking mechanism. It does make it
It
like
makes it authoritative, dude. Yeah, that's cool. The SP, so the Game Boy Advance SP, probably one of my favorite handheld. Just it's got the cool and just like everything about it. It's simple enough, but it's it's fancy enough.
So I have never played a Game Boy other than the original Game Boy.
Whoa. Like the handheld, or are you talking about the big ass gray one?
Yeah. That's the only thing I played. Maybe the Game Boy 2. But yeah, like I haven't played any of those. I think my kid had one.
You don't know what you're missing, bro.
That is Super Mario World.
So
in it right
so
now.
this is an old system for what they're playing now. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
now you
okay.
got like the Switch 2 that just
I can't
came
even
out.
play
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I can't even play this without readers on. I'm an old man.
Now you don't need people don't even fuck around. Now they just get they get their phones and they put those that thing on it that you put on and it turns your phone essentially into an
Yeah.
Xbox or a
Yeah.
PlayStation or are you a game? Do you game?
No,
I
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
make sure
sometimes-
you cut your shit off.
Sometimes DraftKings will send me like a free $5, and I'll do like multi-hand blackjack.
Oh,
But that's about
that's
about
a
as
different
far.
addiction, sir.
That's not you said if I game, that's a game.
Man.
Yeah, I game, bro. I play multi-hand blackjack with free DraftKings money that I get in my email.
Shout out
sometimes.
DraftKings.
Are you guys gunning for a sponsorship from them too?
We'll take a sponsorship from BrokenCarrot.com if we can fucking get
I'll
it.
take anything. I'll fucking insoles,
What the fuck?
fucking napkins. If you
fuck
want
is
Chinette,
Carrot?
if you want to holler at your
Acadia-
boy.
Broken
Acadia
Carrot,
spring
look it up.
water.
Yeah, dude.
What's broken carrot?
Broken Carrot. It's a medical treatment for Peyronie's disease.
No, why?
Peyronie's disease is when the blood vessels in an erect penis are broken, causing the erection to go from like this to be like that. And BrokenCarrot.com is literally the pharmaceutical website.
We
that
can
they have.
we can end this in our lifetime.
Yeah, we can end broken penises in our lifetime. It's seriously it's a real thing. If somebody's going a little bit too hard on the pain, they can
Yeah, it is.
I've
the
had
way
it
you-
short term I've had it on short term, but I've never had to have like medical intervention.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah, after a grade 7, it becomes medically necessary to induce a
There's
coma.
grades to this shit.
It's
Yeah,
probably
dude.
like a certain degree. Like if you go
Yeah.
past like 35
Yeah,
degrees
dude.
or
A
something.
9, they might have to amputate.
That's like a full bin.
It's a full bend, bro.
That's when you look like you're coming from a land down under. You break
think
out the
it's-
boomerang.
And you would think it's worse at the base. You would be like, oh, a fully.
Not
Full-
mid shaft.
No, mid shaft.
Yeah,
Mid shaft.
you're
So
Connor is right.
So there's people out here pissing around the corner. So that's what you're telling me.
Depends on which way it breaks.
Yeah, dude, you could be pissing in your face.
Yeah, on your feet.
It just depends.
You could already do it on your
I
feet,
mean-
but yeah.
Well, you gotta mess up. Watch around.
Yeah, but shout
Yeah,
out
watch what you're doing.
brokencarrot.com, and we're looking for any
We
and all.
we
I-
can we
you
can
guys
end
should
this in
start a
our
non-
lifetime.
You guys should start a non-profit for that.
If we
That
can
thing
we
that you're bringing awareness to.
If we were like to make our own, I would call it the Broke Dick Foundation.
Broke Dick Mountain.
Ooh, that has a nice ring to it because of the valley.
Broke Dick Mountain. Yeah, we could do. We wouldn't be a pharmaceutical thing. I think
Yeah, we'd be like
homeopathic.
yeah, there'd be a solve.
I think our thing would be like instead of pills, we would show up with like popsicle stick and medical tape, just make splints.
I got
Yeah,
it.
that's triage.
The half shaft foundation.
Yes,
Boom.
Yes.
Yep.
Half shaft,
501c3.
half shaft at half mast.
Can the motto of the company like the underneath be like fuck what?
We got you at the base level.
Oh, dude, like there's a multiple ones. Like, oh fuck, I'm too high. I'm thinking of like 12 of them.
Spit them out, dude.
Pause.
Pause. I'm high.
No pause, sir.
No. Well, what would you name the foundation as?
I don't know.
You said the half. What do you say? The
Maybe. Oh God, I'm ruined for life, and it'd be the dude like right after it happened.
You could say something like it'd be like something like broken shafts, not broken. I don't know.
Broken Shaft sounds like an improv group.
Not broken lives.
Ooh, maybe that's the name. When we started acting, comedic acting and thing. Well, there's Broken Lizard, so we don't want to step on their toes. We don't get caught up in the mix.
A ruined penis isn't a ruined life.
It's something you have to do, like broken shafts, not broken dreams.
I think it should be something you could maybe bring home to the family a little bit more. Like maybe just damn, not again. LLC.
Big bitch
Ouch.
broke my dick.com.
Yeah, I'm not. That's gonna be tough to get donations for.
You know.
You would get a lot of women supporting that though.
Yeah, dude, they would
Look
be
what
like,
I did. I broke him. Like,
tell him what I did, honey.
Yeah, like
I broke his dick last Wednesday.
You guys are sick. I think I say that every time I'm here.
on hump day, she broke his dick.
That'd be fucking terrible. I know they said that happened to Dennis Rodman. That was in like one of his.
Yeah.
books.
It was Carmen Electra did it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, dude,
well,
Carmen-
it's almost worth it at that point.
Especially
Yeah.
when your
Mid
last name's
'90s,
Rodman.
early to mid
He was
'90s,
a
Carmen,
sniper.
and early to middle '90s, Carmen Electra was possibly one of the hottest women ever to exist.
I can dig it.
Yeah. She was up. It was her, Yasmin. It was all the Baywatch girls. It was
Yeah.
Yasmin Bleeth,
Oh, dude.
Pamela Anderson.
And not to say
I was
nobody
not-
holds up
I
to
was,
time.
not, I was
so.
not a Pamela fan. I was not a Pamela fan.
I didn't like her as much as some of the other ones. That show
I like
was
Yasmin Bleeth, man. Yasmin Bleeth was very nice. I hope my wife isn't watching.
Just, she's like, so.
It's okay. The way you say her name is super gay. So
Yeah.
Yasmin,
Yasmin Namin.
you covered your
Bleeth.
bases.
Yeah, right.
She went to jail?
Oh, yeah. She had a tumble from grace.
Did she she hit somebody with a car?
I
or
think
some
she
shit?
was like, she developed alcoholism and then I think she did something.
Shout out to
stupid.
sobriety.
Yeah, I don't know if she's sober or not. That was like the last thing I heard about her.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
We getting drunk as shit up in here tonight.
No, we are not.
On life.
Oh, yeah, and off of Red Bulls, Zins,
Yeah.
and fucking Heineken Zeros.
Water.
In the word
Sounds like a party.
King Springs water. Man, I like Berkeley Springs water. Reputed as some of the best water in the world. You know they do the World Water Championships in Berkeley Springs?
I did, yeah. It's like a bunch of white people come out and taste different waters. Dude, bad. You know you got it good. You do that.
Yo, let me sip that water.
So they just
Hey, can I get a flight of your finest waters?
Do you want the Norwegian or the Polish?
You ever seen that show, The Most Expensivest, with 2 Chainz?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When he gets the glacier water that costs $100,000. because they put it in a diamond decanter and shit and do all that stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
I mean, he did some shit one time, and the joint was super expensive, but he got way too high. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh, he's got the one episode where he does the edible. The guy does the Michelin star grade edible.
Oh, yeah.
meal, yeah.
Jorge.
Ooh, he's lucky he's wearing glasses.
Yeah, 2 Chainz. That's the one where he gets too high, but he does have the one where the guys bring out like the Canagars and shit that were like $25,000 or whatever. I think that some of that shit's made up for the show. Like, there's some of the stuff. There's some products that they bring on that show, like that are like real, like the massage shit, the Lamborghini massage chair. That shit is fucking bad as fuck. And like, there's ones like that. This one woman on, she does a catering, which is like infused catering, and she's charging like $5,000 for 20 wings or something. I was like, that's made up for the show. That's bullshit. Like, no fucking way.
I don't know, man. People be spending some crazy amounts for some dumb shit, but
Oh, I fucking know. I worked in the country club world for a while. I seen some wild shit, man. People, they got more dollars than cents. And
what have you not worked at? You've done everything. You didn't live the life of fucking.
Yes, you were correct, sir. I've seen some weird and wild, wacky stuff, man. The country club industry was. I worked. That was back in my chef life, and man, yeah, man. That was that was cool. Like, I worked at a couple of golf clubs for Club Corps International. Yeah, golfers, man, they just like, that I don't know. Like, you have to be loaded. Like, there's some of these guys, like, a round of golf costs, like, from top to bottom at a club, like at a higher end club, you're spending $400, $500 a day. You know what I mean? Like, between your food and drink and cigars and all that shit. And there's Bama's doing that shit 4 or 5 times a week, man. It's, impressive. Impressive. But I never got into it just because, I don't know, man.
You didn't have the money?
Yes, that. But I think just like this is like, I don't know, man. Just the
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I've ever.
Like, man, it just doesn't seem
So
like
have
my
you
kind of
ever-
lifestyle.
Have you ever played around the golf?
no.
Yeah, me neither. Have you? Figure.
Fuck no, you ain't even gotta ask me. You already know. I did
All right.
Top Golf.
So have you? Yeah, exactly. Next question: have you been to the driving range?
Yeah. I've been. Yeah, that's where you just hit the shit.
Yeah. That's something you do when you're drunk.
Well, there's all this new shit I see now. There's all these new derivatives of golf that have come out. Like, I saw these guys I'm friends with from high school. They posted a picture. They did it with a gun, like where they have a round.
What?
Yeah, they have a round that has like blast. You shoot a ball, like almost like an air gun, but it actually has a gunpowder round in it.
Where they're shooting a disc.
They shoot a ball, the golf ball. You shoot it like you would, like, instead of hitting it, you shoot it. And then I've seen another varietal where they're doing it with soccer balls. And they have the golf, like, this is in Europe, it's a big thing. They have like the the holes are way bigger or whatever, and they play golf with soccer balls. And then here I watched this dude doing one the other day with baseball. Like, he used a baseball. He had a baseball bat. It was like a mini bat, and then at the end of it was a putting, like a putter. So you just have one club, like you use your bat, and you hit the ball like you hit the ball like you toss it yourself, and then when you get up, do all that shit. So
White people are just trying to find any sport that they can beat black people at.
Yeah, like,
wait.
all right, So like,
Well, it's like this. It's like this weird, like this weird gray area of, like, we do the sports that require an amazing level of unathleticism, and then because, like, you, for example, are so athletic,
Thank you.
it's just hard for you to step over in that world because it's just so.
have
so
you ever
different,
seen this
you know what I
motherfucker
mean?
do an athletic event ever, or
I
we're just assuming?
I am
Oh,
athletic.
yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I saw him run to his car one time in the rain. Let's see. It's comedy takes a lot of, like, lung capacity and stuff, and then I think he told me he played basketball once, so that's probably about it. But
That I think, yeah, dude. There's
I can just tell, someone possesses a certain level of athleticism, if you will. I'm being sarcastic. People are probably thinking
But no,
Strange.
I will beat some ass in some football, basketball, boxing, baseball, cornhole.
cornhole.
now.
Yeah,
Now you're
wow.
stepping into that gray
That's what I
area.
like. That's what I like
Yeah,
to do.
dude.
But I think, our generationally speaking, like the two generations, like Generation X and, like, guess whatever you want to call it, whatever happened after that, like the people sitting in this room essentially. We have this like generation that just does like they start like when we want to do something now, instead of being like, oh, just like, I think before people were like, oh, that's ridiculous, we're not gonna do it. Like they have a wiffle ball. Have you seen the wiffle ball league? There's a professional wiffle ball league, and they got that. They got the trampoline basketball leagues. You got like
you got slam ball. I mean, that shit was hot. That shit is still hot. Slam balls,
dude. I think the wackest out of all of them though is that the power slap challenge thing.
Yo, that's Dana White, bro. That shit, that shit is mad popular.
That shit should be illegal, man. That is some classist ass bourgeoisie fucking entertainment. Watch the poor people give each other concussions.
Yeah. One slap is all it takes. It's fun though. It's cool, you know. If
it
that's
is
what they're into.
Oh my god, dude, it is so depressing to watch, dude. Like it is so depressing to watch. Like you're like you watch two gentlemen who think that they have the women's shit too. You got two people they bring up, and you can tell these are not like lawyers or doctors or fucking physician or like a pharmacist. These are like not card carrying members of fucking society, of Mensa card carrying members in society. These are poor people that are like these rich people are like, hey, you want to make a quick like $5,000, like get the shit slapped out of you right here on national television. They're like, hell yeah, man, that sounds like a great idea. You know,
that
like,
shit's been going on.
I need to pay my bills. You know,
remember they used to pay Kimbo Slice to go over and knock the shit out of people?
That was real. That backyard shit. That shit made that motherfucker R.I.P. That shit made that man a lot of money. Got him to the UFC.
Dude, Kimbo Slice, R.I.P. That dude was and he was. Dude, and you know, do you ever watch this? Do you see his first fight? He fought that dude who was like the dude was like openly gay and like came out in like a pink fucking like he had a pink hair and a pink getup and he fucking knocked the shit out of Kimbo Slice.
Seth Petrozelli.
Yeah, dude, he
was like a world kickboxing champion. So they just like he went out there and he was a late replacement. So if like Kimbo got somebody that wanted to grapple, if he could keep him on his feet, he could knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
But like he didn't like. He just tried to rush this dude, and this dude was like, "What the fuck is going on? Oh, we're not. Oh, okay, we're gonna rush right into it." Because Kimbo comes out like, "I'm gonna kill you," and fucking that dude like got against the cage and he hit him with a front kick, and then Kimbo charged in, and that dude was just like, pop, and like just knocked him out.
Yeah, he got handled.
And it's just because that dude was more technical than striking, and was just as big as Kimbo, so it was like. The nastiest Kimbo fight is the one in that basement against that dude, Seth Gannon, where they're like, it's like a standing 30 count for fucking, like, you had to be laying down, fully down, and you could put your hands on your thighs, and those motherfuckers beat the living shit out of each other. Like, both of them's face were all fucked up, and it was like the only one that Kimbo didn't like win. It was like pretty much a draw, because like both of them were exhausted. The other dude like ended up in the UFC before him, but like he was a cop, so like.
He was used to beating people.
Yeah, he's like,
hey. He just needed a blackjack.
I think they found all those fights because there's other fights where they're just like arranged fights for him. It's not just like in the backyard where there's multiple fights between other people, and like some of them are in fucking like car garages and shit. It's like, okay, yeah, they definitely pulled in and arranged this between two people on cell phones.
Well, y'all never did that growing up. Y'all never just went over and then like just threw on the boxing gloves and just like sparred.
Oh no, we sparred, but like,
I did.
Not bare
knuckle.
You ever
heard? I didn't tell you. You know that story because I used to. It was like one of my first jokes.
I remember like one fucking St. Patrick's Day. We were over at my friend's house, and like his dad was Irish as shit, so we ended up like. Definitely putting on gloves, and I remember hearing one of my friends vividly be like, "Ow, my kidney! I'm done!" Like just walking off. That shit was like. It's funny to see how people box before, like, if they don't know what they're doing in a street fight, because some people do, and they square up in a totally different way, and then when they exert the force through their front foot, it's like, oh no! Like you see it a lot in basketball fights. You're like. Ah, shit, this dude is uncoordinated as fuck. He just big as shit.
We should do that. Open mic fight night. Just have a bunch of comedians after the show or something.
Bro.
Just throw some boxing gloves on. I ain't like your set. You stole my joke. And then these motherfuckers just start just squabbling up.
Bro, that was like that fucking heckler's ball. Remember when you guys Man, I this I don't know if we ever talked about this, but so it was like I guess like I'd done a couple of shows with you guys, like I think it's 2 or 3
Open mics.
Yeah, open mics, yeah. And it was like, and I was like, yeah, dude, you think you could point me in the direction of somebody out of town, like, so I get some exposure. And Connor's like, yeah, I'll holler at my homies, and then you did, and then I set me over with John Yeager, and we're like, yeah, he's got this thing on Wednesday night, and John's like, oh yeah, if you want to do this thing, come join us. And nobody told me there was a heckler's ball until I got there. And like, so where I'm going with this is that shit when there was that iteration, it was rough, man. Like people were getting like, I mean, you want to talk about, yes, it almost turned into open mic fight night at that motherfucker.
Oh
But
shit!
yeah, dude,
That was awesome.
yeah, man. Well, dude, it was crazy because like I went there, it was Arlington show, so I'm like, okay, Arlington, I got to keep this PC. I'm not gonna say anything too crazy.
Because you kind of knew that area already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got there, and the first 2 dudes that went up, one was Palestinian, one was Jewish, Israeli Jewish with a yarmulke on, and yeah, they went for it, man. And then it was just like
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was, man. Yeah, it was like I was like, oh shit, this is awesome.
I got to do it on a lame night. I didn't get any of that ferocity or anything. Mine was pretty like what you were expecting. It was PG. Like everybody was trying to get the crowd to like heckle them and do shit, but
that night
was just a low energy night.
Well, this night was like at the height of like the Matt Rife hype. And like so there was like a bunch of like groups of young like Arlington white people that have like all just got and he had just played that week, so they'd all gone to the Matt Rife thing, and like that's this thing, is the crowd work shit.
They were all rifed up.
They were all rifed up, just horny and fucking ready to fucking be narcissists. And yeah, and they had like so there was like I mean, dude, the crowd participation. In fact, there was this one kid, I remember this specifically. He was there, and he was probably like 25, and he was on a date with this woman who was probably like 55. Oh, no. And old boy.
Who's that lady?
He definitely. But he was handling his business, man. So I understand how he got that sugar baby status.
Hey, yo, man, them older women, man, they be supportive.
Yeah, they sure do. They do.
Hey, boo! I need that new Xbox, baby.
They always got Advil and Alka-Seltzer.
No.
Man.
She really old. She got BC powder.
She
thought she was giving me cocaine. She put out some BC powder.
Your knees don't hurt no more, do they, baby?
Put it on your gums. Oh, you done sold crack before.
I don't think you know her, but there's this girl, Crystal, that sometimes comes to the Catamount. She works at the Inn at Little Washington, and she's a little bit like she's a little rough around the edges sometimes. And man, this girl is like she got a cure. Her cure all for everything is just like BC powder and Tiger Balm. She's like a 55-year-old country boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, everything. She's like, oh man. It's like I got hit by a car yesterday, man. My kidney is bruised. But I just threw on some BC powder. I just took a fucking,
swallowed a tablespoon of Tiger Balm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that shit works though. That shit just got a stench to it though. It has
the Tiger Balm.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. That's like
greasy as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's like that shit that Mr. Miyagi breaks out in fucking Karate Kid and then puts it on Danny. Danny's like, oh, what the fuck is that smell?
It's like, shut up. Lay back down.
Did anybody see the last Karate Kid movie by any chance?
With Jaden Smith?
No. They did another one.
They did another one?
They did a
Karate Kid Legends.
Cobra Kai.
No, I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai, but no, they got it's Karate Kid Legends where they try to like branch all that shit together. They did lose Jaden Smith though, but okay, I guess nobody.
Mr. Miyagi's a ghost, like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I haven't seen any Karate Kid since Karate Kid 3.
Dude, those are the first 3. I mean, just to be old man here is like, there's only 3 Karate Kid movies in my world. I mean,
like, the first 2 are the real good ones, though.
Nah, the third one is so fantastically over the top. Like they threw every like bit of '90s villainry into that movie. They're like, he's a rich white guy with a slick back ponytail that knows karate and was in a war and he knows karate and
breaks bonsai trees like a motherfucker.
All he wants to do is torment some poor kid in Rosita and his.
He's like, hey, where's your poor mom?
And his elderly sidekick, man, that shit was like, what a great villain. Like they brought him on that movie. Like his character specifically became part of the movie because he was like, yo, I heard, his homie fucking had to fall from grace, and he was like, yo, we're gonna take down this fucking poor kid. And you look at how much money that dude spent on all that shit. Like, god damn, He starts off by sending his homie to Hawaii to go get a rub and tug. That's like the the tongue in cheek part of that movie. Like that's if you watch it again, dude, you'll see. Like,
I haven't seen it in years.
yeah, he sends his homie to Hawaii, and the first thing he gets is a rub and tug. It's wild, man.
Yeah, get a hand job.
It's like go see whatever, mama's son, and tell her to give her you the underhand, especial, the luau, the spit roast.
Whoa,
Nah,
spit roast.
that's later.
Oh yeah, dude. That involves other people. What is he doing? Don't listen to that guy.
Speaking of Karate Kid, dude, it's funny living out in Front Royal right now. Warren County is the fucking is like the karaoke hotspot of the nation right now. It is
It's on fire.
It is so serious right now. The Warren County Fair is coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh Lord.
And they have a karaoke competition. Top prize is $1,000 and bragging rights for a year.
To sing karaoke.
And it was like, and you just look at it, and so all the bars have like sponsored, like there's like teams, like
So there's like a Olympic trials for karaoke.
it reminds me of the All Valley Karate Tournament from the Karate
You're
Kid.
the best around.
Like it was like the only place it was like they made it seem like karate was like football in that area. Like people like followed karate, like the karate. They're like, oh yeah, that Daniel LaRusso kid, man. Oh yeah, he's great.
I have been at wrestling tournaments and jiu-jitsu tournaments where there's a shit ton of mats, where it sort of feels that's the first thing I thought my first competition. I was like, yo, this like Karate Kid and shit. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. There's a bunch of people like just practicing, being like, like doing shit all off the mat. And there's like dickhead coaches that are like, you gotta break his arm. It's like, oh shit.
Put him in a body bag,
Yeah,
Yanni.
same, like-
yeah, body bag.
Yeah.
Shout out, Yanni. So like some of the competitors are like Yanni, CBD. I forget who else, but you know what I'm saying. Like, and I want to see like I want to do a training montage of them like getting ready to sing, like them in the shower, like
we should
belting shit out.
We should really start taking bets. And let's get some odds going on these contestants. Let's see who comes out number one.
Oh man, we should do that. We should just have a fucking start booking it, Yeah, but it's serious. Like the All Valley Karate Tournament in that movie is like the All Valley karaoke tournament that's going on in Warren County now. And it's like drunk. The shit is it's like drunk American Idol. I think that like there's like everybody secretly deep down has this like fantasy that like Randy Jackson's gonna be passing through town, and be just so razzle dazzled by their Kid Rock rendition, that they're gonna be discovered and shit.
That's a no for me, dog.
You never know. You never know.
You're gonna ask questions like
that was like, yeah.
What song do you want to sing tonight?
But yeah, it's crazy how big. Like, if you guys have to come out. Like, if you ever get out here for a Friday night, I know it's like extremely difficult for everybody in this room, minus us two. Is like go well, no, because you have kids.
No, that's just a funny way of saying that.
Yeah, no, it's like
everybody
you have
in
kids,
this room
got a lot of time on my hands.
Well, you got I mean, I work there, so it's very convenient for me. And he lives 2 blocks away, and you have. I mean, you guys have You guys are doing shows on Friday nights and Saturday nights now. So, but our Friday night karaoke at the Catamount Lounge at 124 East Main Street in Front Royal, Virginia, is hosted by DJ Yanni. Is like, dude, it is a whole ass thing, man. Like, people get into it, dude. Like, there is some things. George, man, you should see George fucking tear it up, dude. It's good. George gets up there and hits that Christina Aguilera like
he was tearing it up on the guitar whenever we. I guess that's more open mic night than karaoke, huh?
Oh, you can do. This man's just very musically talented. He's got the voice of an angel, and he's got the fingers of a Pakistani prostate massage. Like. Proctologist, I should say. Pakistani proctologist. That's better. That's better.
We'll edit that part out.
No, let's leave it in. Let's let him think I'm good at fingering and shit.
Oh, he is, dude. Look at them things. They got like just the proper girth. They're in between like a Jimmy Dean and a Johnsonville.
These are powerful fingers. Powerful.
Shit. What everybody doing for the 4th of July, though? Well, I mean,
watching things explode in the sky.
I didn't say, man. I could have swore I sent you an invitation.
I'm gonna check this out. Hold on.
Oh, you forgot me on the invitation.
Hell
But
no. How could I forget you, Ace?
speaking of that weekend, though, we do have a show July 5th.
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the 5th of July?
We performing with my boy Connor here, Sandy Bernstein, and Robert Mack out in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Martinsburg.
Good. He kind of knows all the whole spill, though. He knows it.
That's it. We're gonna be in Martinsburg somewhere, and we're gonna be actually in the middle of downtown, in the middle of the street.
At the Purple Iris.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah, I know.
A lovely event venue in Martinsburg.
Make sure
called
you
the
get your
Purple
tickets.
Iris. Probably won't clip this.
Where do
one
they get
since I
their
got a joint
tickets?
in my hand, but
Yeah, Ace, you've been invited, and
linktree.com/blackandwhitecomedy.
/black and white comedies. Yeah, both you guys are already on that invite.
Yeah, you need to accept it.
So speaking of upcoming shows, you have I think there's a pretty big, and you have a pretty big, you had a pretty big announcement yesterday on Facebook. It shook the comedy world to its core. You got a show the July 12th.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm opening for Ari Shafir in Charlestown, West Virginia.
That's
Lordy.
That's crazy, man. You guys, like I said, man, it's been fucking. You guys have been doing it big the past few months, man. Like, that's a really cool show. So, like, he's coming through town. You guys got in touch with the right people, and
Yep, just a little opener spot. You know what I mean? Show people what I guess an opener looks like, and then people get to see whoever else is there, and then they get to see Ari Shafir. So,
yeah, and that's. I mean, it's cool that you're bringing that show, like that quality and that level of a show out to.
Oh, that's not our show.
Oh, it's not your show.
No, the Ari Shafir show is not our show.
Oh, it's not. Damn. All right, my bad.
no,
dog. Ooh, shit.
no. That is just I'm just opening.
Oh,
Just
that's
the
even
opener
cooler,
spot.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, dog. Fucking that real ass.
We did book Rich Voss, which is really cool.
Mhm.
I think did I say that on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
air already, or was
Nah.
that
No,
already?
no. I think
On
Yeah,
the
we got-
second at backseat.
Back to the event center.
Okay, cool.
The event center.
Okay, shit,
Rich
dude, my bad.
Voss.
Rich
Yeah.
Voss. Seen on Netflix, Amazon's comedy special.
He's
Kill
been-
Tony, Joe
been-
Rogan Experience.
He was on Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Definitely
Yeah.
getting made fun of by Patrice relentlessly. That shit
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
And he was also on Def Comedy Jam, like way back in the day. He
And
was, like, the
Comic
first-
View.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like Gary Owen before Gary Owen. He was like that one
Yeah.
that we all accepted.
But-
Gary Owen is hilarious.
But yeah, so he's just been somebody that kind of stood out to me, and I was trying to I booked the event center show, and then we needed to find a headliner, and I just kind of reached out to him, shot in the dark, and he reached back out to me and was super down to earth, and we talked back and forth, and he was down to do the show, and yeah, so we got 300 seats open for 300 lovely fans to come and see Rich Voss live one night only in Winchester. Should be pretty cool.
But the Dan Sage Germain show is your show, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
man.
had him at the Apollo Theater.
That was cool. Man.
That was fun night. Fun night.
That was cool. You guys got. I wish I wasn't. Well, we had a show. I think everybody had a show that
You had
night.
like 2 shows that night or some shit like you had something.
Yeah, we had
great.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the night y'all had stuff at the Giving Tree or whatever.
Yeah. Tina. Shout out to the Schlongbird herself, Tina Marie Johnson. Yeah, her and the homies up at Linden Fest with John Duvall and Allie and all them peoples and Lauren and all the people over at the Giving Tree, the farmers market up there. They did a Linden Fest, which was like a bunch of hippies and getting together, listening to music and doing things. And then they brought on some comedians, and that was cool. I think Keith Becker was there, and Eddie Hoffman, and Tina, and man, I'm trying to remember who else. Pat Rate, I think, was there, but anyways, but yeah, when then we had our thing, then you guys had your thing, and I think everybody was doing shit.
everybody was busy.
Yeah, that weekend it was like
It's a
seemed like
busy
everybody was-
weekend for comedy out here, out everywhere.
but
Yeah.
all- but that was-
Summer's like everybody's doing shit, like going on vacation. And
Yeah.
we're doing all sorts of shit. So.
And we'll be back at Catamount too.
Yeah, you
in
guys-
July. Yeah.
Yeah, new show announcement, July 24th, Thursday, July 24th. Black and White Comedies duo, Ace and Connor coming back, do a tandem show. It's gonna be cool. More details to follow.
Yeah, Chris is gonna, we'll get you if you guys want to do the Chris Bishop poster on this time, we'll get you on that because you guys usually handle you do your stuff. But
Yeah, I like his
Yeah,
work.
let
I'd
us
like to see
let him field it, man.
see what he can knock out. It'd be cool.
Yeah, you guys should. I think eventually you guys should work together, man. It'd be fucking the powerhouse because he's out here in Front Royal, so it's not too far away. Powerhouse it, man. Get some.
The comedy combo.
Well, yeah, he's funny as shit too, man. That motherfucker actually tells some good jokes, man. He's a good showman. Like when he plays, he plays it. He's a musician, and he plays in lots of. He's like he's the guitarist in the Sneaky Snakes, the shirt I'm wearing, but when he performs, he does he does some bit humor. It's good stuff.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Yup. So what do you guys have? What else? You had something this Friday coming up?
Nothing this Friday.
No, not
No,
Friday.
it's Friday.
Yeah,
It's 4th of
Saturday.
July. Yeah,
Saturday,
this
4th of July, and then just the weekly
Fifth,
open
yeah.
mic nights at Hog Shack. We got free shows every
Third Friday.
Sorry, I was going for the back seat.
Oh,
but
backseat. The next one is July
15th.
15th.
They're on like every third Tuesday of the month. It's a free show at the back seat. Chris opened up our first show there. It was pretty cool.
This one we got Miss Monica Daly, Angie Robinson, and Pops Shevitz Pachard out there for this next one coming up. So that's gonna be a good time.
That's your dad, huh?
Yeah, comedy Pops. Yep.
He gave me a little bit of. I finally got a chance to like sit down with him and listen to some of his words of wisdom. He's a pretty sound character there.
Full of knowledge.
Yeah.
Full of motherfucking knowledge.
Be like an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, for sure. You just gotta listen and take heed to it. But nah, I was for days.
What's the worst advice you've gotten from anybody in comedy, not just like in general? Because I can see somebody at the Walmart being a dickhead.
The worst advice I got was from somebody who was only doing comedy for like 2 months. Did a spot out in Gainesville, and they're like, what did they say? They said I was a little bit too animated and shit, and I was like, "You've been doing this for how long?" When I'm on like year 9 and shit, and I'm like, they didn't even get any laughs, so I was like, "All right, yeah, you're not."
You shouldn't be my barometer of truth.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I got you. Yeah. I'm gonna do me on stage. It's been working. That's about it. But
You're too animated.
Yeah, they were saying,
Man, that's like that sounds a little. I don't know, it was racist.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the new
You're a little too urban.
Yeah, that's the new. You're too urban.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, all right, cool. Let's see where you at in 6 months. But
I work at the Walmart now. Connor, what about you?
I was trying to think. Somebody told me one time that saying the word "fuck" just throws people off. And I was like, I mean, maybe in like a particular setting, but
Yeah, don't
that's
tell
just
it at the
kinda
Bible Center.
right. Yeah, it's just kind of the way stuff rolls off my tongue sometimes.
Motherfucker.
If something's shitty, it's gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
If something fucking sucks, it's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, that,
But yeah. Other than that, I think like.
I mean, is there a press for people to be clean?
Yeah.
That's where the money's at. Clean
Like-
shows is where the money is.
Yeah,
at.
like Robert Mack that we have this upcoming weekend. He's like one of the best clean comedians out there. Like, he's got-
Yeah, and I think there are a lot, but it seems like a lot of big comedians now. They're not like super vulgar, but there's like definitely curse words. Like after
Yeah.
like Richard Pryor and then Eddie Murphy, and then especially after Kings of Comedy, it was just like, yeah, you
yeah.
fuck.
It opens up a lot of cool doors because you can do stuff like corporate shows that like require clean comedy, or like like big events like that that where they really can't have like vulgar comedy, but they need something that really hits. That's where those people make pretty solid money on like 1 or 2 shows.
So corporate gigs, you get to go into like some event center where they're having some party or some shit, or
Or
like,
it's say like an establishment is having like a work party or
Team
something like
building.
that and shit and stuff like that. I'm like, we want some clean comedy. We don't want music, but we want everybody to be entertained. So that's where you're
damn.
coming at. Or you're hosting something for like a police department or something like that, and So, but as long as you can go by the rules and stuff, that's where the bread is at.
I would fail miserably. I'd be like, "Hey, motherfucker," and I'll be like, "Ah,
But no,
shit."
it's a good feeling once you do clean and you still like get laughs or kill. Like that's a great feeling.
Yeah, like
It's a
so for
beautiful
example,
feeling.
Oh yeah, like any like serious work into something that you like crafted, like
Yeah,
whether
it's
it
good.
has the curse words or
Good,
not, you're gonna
yeah.
have like this immense sense of like hell yeah, and you can see like if you get a shit ton more people to watch it, like it's
Well-
probably a lot easier to be like,
for example, the first clean show I ever did, this coffee shop out in Martinsburg reached out to me and asked for clean comedy at their company Christmas party. So basically, like everybody was like mingling, they had their food and stuff, they were chilling.
they're
but
doing the gift exchange.
yeah, all that shit. But it was like the employees and their families, so there was like younger kids, blah blah blah, and they wanted clean comedy. And me and Ace were like, shit, we'll fucking knock it out. You know what I mean? Like they didn't really have a big budget, so it was really worth bringing somebody in. And so we knocked it out, came up with like a clean set, did some tacky dad jokes and shit. You know, this was like over a year ago, so I
Dad
barely even
jokes.
been doing comedy that long. But it went really well.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
That was dope. Yeah, it was dope. That was fun time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then came out, did some jokes, and everybody went back to doing Christmas stuff. And
Dude, that's kind of nuts.
yeah,
That's fun. That's got to be fun if you're like, what if they don't tell you to be clean, and the audience doesn't know?
Well, that's when you got to read the room.
yeah.
Once you drop a F-bomb or something, you see the crowd go. "Ugh."
Like,
But then if you know if there's like children in the corner running around, you know you're not going to go up there.
man, there was one time at Catamount, I didn't know there was a little kid there, and I like walked right past motherfucker because he's on the other side of his mom, and I have the microphone with my back to him, and I'm like talking about somebody. I'm like, your bald hair has been braided since 19. Like, and I turn around, I was like, oh fuck, there's a kid. Like that shit, it was nuts. That was the first time I was ever like, oh man, I might have to curtail this.
But
And
some
then-
of the kids know more worse curse words than
Well,
we
yeah,
do.
yeah.
They're some little dudes.
I mean, I'd rather err on the side of caution rather than
Yeah.
be like talking a grown ass ape looking man talk about somebody braiding somebody's ball hair or something ridiculous. I don't.
But nah,
I like when there's kids in the audience, man, because
I don't mind.
I always work on them, man, because like that's I like doing crowd work with the kids. Like,
Hope nobody clips that.
listen, man, it's like, yo, kid,
This video would
it's
not
not
be
like I'm like,
edible.
hey, come into the
Will not
check
age
out my
well.
van. I've got a bottle of baby oil with your name on it. I'm
Oh.
like, hey, let me tell you about
Oh yes.
how about that recess lady?
Speaking of baby oil, I think
What a mustache.
they're in deliberations or some shit.
They
for
are.
Fucking Diddy.
They agreed on like 3 out of the 4, so they haven't decided yet on the last one.
What wonder?
He's
All right.
slipping right through the fingers of justice.
He's a shitty person.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
he is,
All right. So
but-
like, the thing that I think threw everybody over the edge from supporting him is the video of him whipping that lady's ass.
Yeah, and that's
That's when everybody was like, "Oh man, this motherfucker! I can see him doing anything."
Nah, the best shit. If you want to see the most cringe video besides that one's like just
where
that,
he calls dude daddy.
no. Well, there's that too. There's a few of them. There's that if you watch him on the Chelsea Handler show, and she's like, yo, she's just like, she doesn't even want him on the show. You can tell she's like, because he comes on an hour late, he's coked out of his brain. And so she calls him out immediately. She's like, yo, you were an hour late to my show. Like, on the air, like, she ain't fucking around with him. That shit, you watch that interview, that's crazy. But I will say this, like, as the diddler baby oil slides his way through the fingers of justice, is that, yo, the thing was weird. And I asked some lawyers that come there. We have this group of lawyers comes in at, like, it's funny as shit, at 5:00 on Friday night. These motherfuckers are waiting at the door for the happy hour martini party, and these Bamas come in and put in work, and they were sitting down. So I asked them, I said, "Hey, because they're about your age," and I was like, "So, I got to ask y'all as professionals, do you guys watch are you guys watching this Diddy case like some people watch like football and shit?" They're like, yeah, like it's crazy, and I was like, yeah, but let me just ask you too. It's just like my eye out. I feel like a lot of the stuff that's been brought up, yes, is weird. Yes, is not probably morally or or ethically correct to do to people or whatever. But is it illegal? And they're like, no, a lot of it wasn't illegal. They were just painting a picture of this Bama. They want to paint the worst picture possible of him
Yeah,
to get like thing. And so, yeah, it kind of like, but with that being said, that kind of sucks, dude. Because like, yeah,
Yeah,
you should definitely be criminally responsible for things. But if you just have a kink like that, I mean,
The
you
Rico
should-
case is a stretch. That's what's
Oh,
crazy. He's Rico is fucking diabolical. And I like your use of the word Bama. You used it like 3 times already. Good job.
Bam.
Bama.
I learned that. I learned what that word means.
No, we was texting.
I learned it.
No, we was texting. I was like, man, fuck that Bama. He's like, I'm gonna ask you in all honesty, what does Bama mean? And then he Urban Dictionary and then
Chat GPT. Fuck
He's
Urban
like-
Dictionary.
I
I went to the
Bama?
source.
I was like, oh shit.
Hey Siri, what's a Bama?
Listen, Mo, I base my hood pass on my DC my DC birthright. You know, like so I'm gonna I got to keep up on these things. So yes, there's Bama's. We're getting in the pocket right now.
Those Bamas are trifling.
Those
I'm
Bama's
ooh,
are trifling,
ooh,
dog.
ooh, I like that.
They got carried, dog. Yeah, there's
Jesus Christ. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm back in middle school.
Well, yeah, that shit was fun. Well, not that, but no, that trial is crazy. It's I feel like every time, like when America needs something like distraction, it's like that's where.
Yeah, they definitely. All right, so what I will say, this dude is a bad dude, and
Oh, he's a shitty. Everybody
And-
says he has like a black aura around him, like he's just like not a good person.
so what I think is like, there's so many things that they could have done. To like, I was wondering at first, I was like, why are they talking about him doing drugs and shit if they're trying to get? I guess some of the charges were drugs and sex trafficking, or like, boom, boom, boom.
Did you hear what he did to Kid Cudi?
That
What-
shit,
what'd
even
he
that
do?
shit fell through. They
Wha-
tried to say he Molotoved his car and then like broke into his crib and shit, but they didn't even. They
Why?
dropped all
No.
Why
that.
was he like?
He didn't just break into his crib,
So like, was him and Kid Cudi together?
No,
Was
he
mad?
smashed Cassie.
Oh,
and then Diddy broke into Kid Cudi's house on Christmas and
But-
opened all of Kid Cudi's kids' Christmas presents.
He really?
yo, that is the most
That
savage shit.
Yeah.
That
And
is
then
the most
he
savage
Grinched him?
Called
That-
Kid
He
Cudi.
Grinched him?
And then called him while he was in the house, and he was like, "Hey, Kid Cudi, I'm P Diddy, and I'm opening all your kids' presents
The
in your
diddler
house."
Grinched him?
That's what they said, but they dropped
That
that
is
shit.
the most savage.
Yo, I am so like
savage petty bullshit. Fuck your kids. Like, fuck Jesus
Like, you know,
fucking
presents.
Christ.
I paid for these presents somehow.
I feel we were sold such a lie as to what villains were gonna look like in the future when we were
Yeah,
kids.
they-
Like we were told these villains were gonna be like fucking half robot monsters that fucking came in and want to enslave mankind. Instead, we just get like dudes in shiny jumpsuits fingering other dudes and fucking covering themselves in baby oil
You know, back
and
in the-
breaking into people's houses and opening Christmas presents and shit.
didn't Ace become like a preacher or
Yeah,
some
he
shit?
did.
Ace?
Mace.
Oh, I thought you said Ace. I was
No.
about Ace.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
Ace-
shit, dude.
Ace-
Like, save me.
Ace is like not a sermon.
Just a thought.
No, I was been told. My ex's mom was like, I feel like you're gonna be a preacher. I was like, have you seen one of my shows? But you know,
My grandmother.
shout out to her.
My grandmother wanted to bring me to church. She started to, but then she made a mistake of bringing me to this fucking Sunday school.
Mm.
And I don't know, there's some story in the Bible or in the children's Bible about like fool's gold or whatever. So these motherfuckers spray painted a piece of just rock with gold spray paint. Had a bunch of these motherfuckers, right? And then like I'm fucking 5, and fucking we live in the hood and shit. So like they're giving everybody pieces of gold. They were like, this is blah blah blah, and they don't like explicitly say it, but they don't not say it. They're like, what else is it gonna be? This is gold. So the whole time they're like doing all these stories, and I'm sitting there like, we are going to have a new house, like all this shit.
Going
And
straight to the pawn shop.
Then they let you outside to play, and I noticed that my hands were gold, and I was like, these sons of bitches are liars. So like for me, that they spoiled at least Sunday school.
He's never been back to church since.
Nah, I went when I was a teenager, but it was like my parents went to some wild church. It was like one of those like non-denominational ones, and they're the ones that like they do that shit where they like stand people in a row and they touch you on the forehead, and you're like, oh,
Oh yeah,
get
I
you
went to
with
one of
the
those
get you
my
with
cousin
get you with the
one
Holy
time.
Ghost. But then
Speaking tongues and shit.
oh yeah, they would do that shit. And I remember there's 2 things that I just tried out. Like I didn't want to judge at first. I was like 15, so I was like, you know, in that in between stage where you're like, this is something I'm going to believe in, or like all right, this is a way to rule your life so you don't fucking overindulge in dumb shit. Yeah, like so when I looked at what they were saying and what they were doing, I let them do it once. I was like, all right, I'll go and stand up there. So I'll go stand up in the front, and like they like touch me on the forehead, and I don't go down because I'm like, all right, well nothing happened, and like I'm not thinking like, oh, this is like they're probably gonna push me down, and like not 2 seconds later, this dude like pushes a little bit hard on my fucking forehead to get me to tip, and the other dude like catches me almost like not yanks me back, but it's like, yeah, you're fine. And like then I like sit on the ground and like I'm laying there for a second, and they like there's a rack of people just laying on the ground. Some of them are talking in tongues and shit, and I'm just like sitting there like, all right, this is fake.
I'm glad you ain't swing, because normally when somebody puts their fingers in your forehead.
No, that was before I really started training. I had wrestled back then, but I didn't like it. I was like, I think like 16 when that happened.
Did y'all? What was it? Crooklyn? Where they start off? Where they like where the grandma like they fake being taken over by the Holy Spirit because that's what the way they get like treats for grandma.
Oh shit!
And so it's like chosen 2 kids conspiring beforehand. They're like, oh yeah, watch this time when I'm gonna get it up.
You
I think
seen
it was
Crooklyn?
Yeah, man.
Shit, my man, my man. We've been watching Crooklyn and shit. That's what I'm talking about. Shit.
Is that on Netflix or?
That's on Tubi, baby.
I think
Dude,
Pluto.
Tubi
with the ads and shit.
Tubi has the best black cinema ever. Low budget, fucking damn near telenovela level fucking drama. This shit is fucking awesome. I saw a clip from this one where this dude was like, honey, you know how we've been paying for all this? My dick.
Like, yeah, he was fucking bitches. Yeah, I think
this whole house. Like,
the craziest one I seen, I think a woman got locked up or something, but she's like, she comes back, and like the man that she was with, like he has like a whole new family. So she pops him, she pops the new wife, and then the kid comes. And then it just goes to black, and you just hear pop. I was like, oh, she popped the kid.
Roll credits.
I was like, oh shit.
Finn.
Yeah, that's because you rarely ever see kids get smoked in a movie like that. But
oh man.
But you know what movie like fucked me up though? Like on that, have you ever seen Alien versus Predator Requiem, the second one? The first scene. A fucking 12-year-old kid gets the chest burster, dude. Like, yo, I was like,
12. He's grown.
Yeah, he's seen enough.
Wow, that is said like a young R. Kelly.
No.
He's 12, or young Diddy.
I know.
That Bieber, he's 12.
By 12,
right.
I was driving.
That's your kind of
shit.
audience, isn't it?
Dude, you don't see it happen, but there's in that movie Speak No Evil, the original one, you definitely see this kid like floating face down. Like, you know, like a pool, like floating and bouncing off the sides.
Well,
and
you see that, but you rarely see the action of
Love
like
a kid getting killed.
I'm trying to think of some horror movies. Oh, there's the worst ever. I'll tell you the worst ever.
Oh,
like,
have y'all
Pet
read
Cemetery, where the kid gets
that
hit by
one's
the truck.
bad.
That fucked me up.
That one's bad, but you don't like they pull away a little bit. You see like blood and stuff. The worst is Human Centipede 2. Have you guys seen that one?
The worst, and anybody, dude. Oh man, that is the Human Centipede is the proof of like if aliens ever if an alien race ever gets if alien race that is deciding whether or not they're going to eliminate this planet's existence or not got a hold of the fact that the Human Centipede 1 and then found out they made subsequent sequels, they would fucking end us.
Are you sure? Or they might just be
no,
like,
don't let him get a hold of the
and then they're
third
gonna
one.
make a whole planet of fucking Human Centipede. Oh, you know what? Let's just do that to all of them. We end up with a fucking dude,
ass to mouth.
Yeah,
that's the premise for Human Centipede 3.
The Human Centipede 2, I made it 15 minutes into that movie, and I was like, "Yo!"
Oh, the ending is the worst part.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Well, there's a double ending, so
yeah, great. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah, read the book. It though, it's fucking crazy.
It's I read it when I was younger, and it was that shit's scary, but like
no.
The rape scene and all that shit, or not the rape,
the orgy. Yeah, there's a gangbang scene in the.
They gotta share the power of Malturin, bro.
No, they're lost in the fucking sewer, and the girl's like, you know what?
Jerk off on me. Let's go.
She's like, let's have a post-nut clarity. So they all do a gangbang, and she's like grading the kids like, dang, it's fucking diabolical.
Yeah, it's like Stephen King. Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, no, somebody need to investigate this motherfucker. Like,
don't listen to the audio.
Oh, that was probably. I bet you he wrote that in his coke phase.
Oh yeah, that's the
Imagine like pre-internet, like horniness from cocaine. That motherfucker was like,
Never.
Man,
"You never done cocaine?
there's that.
Well, don't."
happened
I
either
used to
as
call
an
that shit
adult.
divorce dust.
I get that shit offered a lot doing shows, but I just never.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it now.
What's
Like, that's
fuck-
for more than one reason.
what's fuck-
I know if I get it, I'll be like, "Where the rest of it at?"
No, what's
Yeah.
no, what's fucked up is when you tell somebody you're sober or you're not drinking. Well, you want to do some coke?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Who the fuck jumps to that? What the?
Well, like a lot of people are drinking because they're doing coke. So like if they're like immediately like right after they start drinking, they're like they were doing blow before they got there.
But if I tell you I'm sober and I'm not drinking at all, and your
Well,
next
they've
offer
been
is
doing
like,
coke since before they got there. So
oh,
they'll-
oh shit.
They're like, yeah, you're
Never-
sober right now.
dude,
Yeah,
I have a friend that sometimes does too much blow, and it's very obvious.
you don't say. It's not.
I
me.
mean, I have a couple of people that like I know that have had drug problems, and
It's
it's
very
like
frequent in comedy. Like a lot of motherfuckers. It's
Yeah.
just
I'm curious though. Like I'm curious. There was a time. It was like maybe it was like I think it was like 2 months ago, and I was like we had a show at the Catamount. I think it was it Eddie? Maybe it was Eddie's show. I forget what show it was.
Yeah, that
man. I
sounds
think it was
about
Eddie's
right.
show, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can fucking host this shit, man. I was like, I was not feeling it, and I was like, man, I wish I had some. I was like, maybe this is like where cocaine is like. This is where it's benefit. This is where you're supposed to do it. Like this is where it's okay to do it.
Where you're like, I could drink 5 Red Bulls would work, but cocaine would probably be better.
I mean, historically speaking, you think about it, like Richard Pryor, George Carlin, fucking these guys, like little,
Elvis.
yeah, but
Elvis,
I wonder what
just
their
a little toot before you get on stage. Yeah,
So yeah, like
I mean, I'm not gonna go like Rick James, but
Well,
or
do you
James
think-
Brown, but
is there probably
Hey!
a market? Is there a marked difference between pre and post cocaine with both of those people? So, like,
yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
but I thought
Yeah.
about it, and I was unsuccessful in acquiring anything and making it happen, or even trying to. But yeah, dude, that's
You had an intrusive cocaine thought.
I was
You
just like,
can-
maybe
you
I
can-
was like, maybe this. I was just trying to my thing. I was like, there's an appropriate time to do anything, right?
That was
And so-
that was
so
the
that
moment
would be
that
like
makes sense. Just like fireworks and acid,
yeah, exactly. Cocaine and
tiredness and
comedy.
cocaine.
But they don't even really hide it. Like I had
Really?
somebody,
It's
I had
just
somebody
that-
ask me for $1. I gave them $1, and then they gave me the dollar back like 5 minutes later. I'm like, oh, I know what the fuck you did. Like,
Oh, man.
why is so circular now?
Why-
It was like
why-
flat when I gave it to you,
The top half of this is soggy,
I was like, what are we doing here?
bro. Just lick it.
dude. That's when I was it's funny too. Sometimes when you go to places like New York or like well, not New York anymore, but back in the day, you'd go like I'd go visit my brothers and sisters in New York, and they're white collar, finance world people. And you go to parties, and I'd be like, "Yo, like, what's up?" They're like, "Hey, you party?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh
that's the-
yeah, I party." And I don't think that what they're asking me is if I want to do cocaine and then
Yeah.
possibly like no, I can't contact hand jobs. And basically, I'd be like, "Nah." I was like, "Yeah, you got some weed?" Like, think I'm all like edgy. I'm like, "Yeah, you got some weed?" Like, oh no,
No, we got
absolutely not. That's horrible. Why would you do such a thing? Like, you want to do some coke though? Like, I got that. Like, when I was in London, I'd bring up, I'd be like, we'd be out and about, and I'd ask people like, "Yo, you guys know where your weed's at?" They'd be like, "Oh my god, why would you smoke
Australia,
marijuana?"
Australia
They'd be
too.
like, "What is wrong with you?" But then they'd be like,
Steven, bring out the cocaine.
fancy a line of coke," and you're like, "What?"
I had somebody ask me, did I ski? I was like, no, I don't fucking ski. They're like, no, ski. I was like, the fuck does ski mean? Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, no, I'm
No,
good.
I'm not gay.
I'm good. I'm good.
That could actually go two ways, man. If you know skiing, like if you're sitting in between two guys,
No, I'm good.
shush, shush, shush.
I'm good. But
That'd be pretty bad. That'd be hard times if you like.
Especially if you
That
broke
probably
one of
happened
them
at
in
Diddy's
half.
house though.
Depends on who you are, dude. I mean,
What's the worst thing you've heard from the Diddy trial?
the come on the nipples. Is
Yes, that's what I was gonna say too. From the Punisher,
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
and he
work.
wore a
I'm a
mask.
little out of touch.
So he would he would sit in the corner in the cuckold chair, watch the dude like bang out Cassie and the dude would ejaculate on Cassie, and then Like Cassie would like take it and then like rub it on his nipples.
Another disturbing fact.
I feel like y'all are gonna name a drink after that. Like the whole buttery nipples is gonna be called the Diddy now.
The Diddy nibble.
Yeah.
I just made me uncomfortable because I feel like I'm in kind of a cuckold chair right now.
Oh Lord.
So,
Oh, it's about to get worse.
We have a new exit to the show.
There was another gross thing that apparently his mother kept a jar of his semen in the refrigerator and will put it in her mac and cheese before she baked it.
Okay, that's probably cap.
That's
Bullshit.
I'm calling. Yeah,
That's
I don't
cap.
know, man.
That's
Yeah,
cap.
bullshit, dude. That's like
I call full truth.
Nah, that's bullshit.
nobody's that.
Black helicopters.
That's just so involved. It was like back. You remember whatever? There was like that lie that was perpetuated at every high school. There was the weird girl who froze the hot dog and then fucked it and it broke off and then
wait, you went to my high school?
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I never
It was
heard that
like-
one, but I heard that.
Oh,
I've
I heard
never
it. You
heard
like
it.
I remember hearing that. Like people would be like, "Oh man, at my school, there's this girl," and I would hear from like fucking 5 different people from 5 different schools. I was like, "That's bullshit." You know, there was always like those stories like, "Oh, this guy got caught getting his balls licked with peanut butter on it," you know, with his dog, you know, or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
We did that. Come to think of it, that we did.
for
have
some
a
reason, they
person-
happened. It was me at 3 different schools, but whatever. You know.
We had a guy in high
Kept having
school
to transfer.
that they called dog fucker, and I think the connotation of that was immediate. I never asked. 'Cause
What
you-
kind of
the only
schools y'all
time-
be going to?
I know, right? I think the only time that it's all right to like sexually assault a dog is like that one. Remember the video we talked about before?
What if he's got makeup on?
No, the dude. Remember, it was in London, and like this woman's walking her little. She has a little like Bichon or something. It's a very small white dog, and then like a shepherd type dog comes up and just locks down on it, and passerbys like it shows everybody's reaction. So these 2 guys, the first 2 guys that pull up are like 2 old guys, like just jogging and like having like an old guy fucking thing. And they pull up and they're like, and they kind of like, and then this homeless dude's like, fuck that. And he like throws his beer down and jumps on top of the like one dog. And he's trying to pull it off and he can't get this fucking dog off. Then out of nowhere, fucking Superman shows up. It's this dude and he's jogging. This dude's jogging by and he's in he's in a matching jogging suit. And like he still got his headphones on and doesn't break stride out of his jog, just rolls up and like in one fluid movement grabs the fucking German Shepherd type dog and just starts finger banging the shit out of it.
He thumbs the shit out of his ass.
Yeah, and
he
he
comes
does
at
it-
him with the
He
fucking...
does it, and guess what happens? That fucking dog unlocked its jaws and let go.
Oh yeah, who
immediately.
would?
That dude diffused the situation like it was fucking nothing. He did it, no thought. Was running, didn't break stride, didn't break a beat, just fucking got in there and just whap-pat.
I want to look it up, but I don't want to type dog finger in the asshole by passerby.
Yeah, do that once we leave.
You have to
Your
use
algorithm.
like a
It was like- it was-
ExpressVPN
no,
or
it was a thing.
something.
That's the type of
Can't look
guy.
that up in Virginia.
That dude, I don't know how he didn't become internet famous because that's the type of dude that if I was like a rich and famous person, I would want to have in my
Somebody
entourage.
trainer.
I'd want him in my entourage. That's the type of quick
They
thinking
call him God's
and
finger.
yeah, that's the type of quick thinking and fucking dedication that I want on my team, dude. Like,
Chris gets in the fight. He's getting beat
Yeah.
up. And security comes and just starts.
Fingering people's assholes.
yeah, everybody's
I know what to
expecting
do
a
here.
everybody's expecting a chokehold. Nobody's expecting it to get fucking 2 knuckled in, you know, like.
Yeah, you got a big ass motherfucking UFC dudes come out with their fingers. What up?
I would have little people, man.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they got sausage digits.
Yeah, exactly. You got
That shit would be
sausages, and
fucking
they're lower
terrible.
down. They have a better advantage. You know.
Oh, I never
like-
even thought about the height as a fucking positive for him.
Little SEAL team. of
Yeah,
freaking
dude, little SEAL team.
Butthole
SEAL
poppers.
team. SEAL Team 3.
Is it 3 fingers?
Fuck yeah,
They have 4 fingers still.
Man, if you get 3 fingers, then...
They aren't Simpsons characters, bro.
I just meant the, like, you know, every 3 is like 1.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're stretching now.
Riffing here.
Yeah, we are scriffing and riffing. Yeah, but that's the type of guy that you want on your team, dude. Like that dude, if like exactly, you're in a bar fight. Because listen, dude, think about it. Like you got to do like Carson Dale size or like fucking Abe size get on you. They're gonna hold on to you. Getting them to fucking let go of that chokehold where you break a bottle on their head and they're adrenalized ain't gonna do shit. You're punching them ain't gonna do shit. You stick a finger in their ass, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, and possibly have an orgasm
No,
at the
for
same
the future,
time.
wear 2 pairs of drawers so they can't get my booty cheeks when I fight.
Fuck that. I'm gonna turn my shit around. Be like, oh, it'd be terrible if somebody stopped this fight.
There's just a little butthole back there. Oh, I'll wear my underwear backwards for safety.
Chris, you said you can't tell when people are on like coke or when they're. You can't tell when people are drunk either.
I can
Chris.
tell when people are on coke.
Oh, okay.
I can, dude. I'm like a fucking. I can tell when people are drunk. It's
No,
fine,
you
dude.
can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
He can definitely tell when I'm
No,
drunk.
you
Who did I
cannot.
miss? When did I miss it?
That whole one time at the show. Remember, I was like, "Yeah, yo, he's fucked up," and you're like, "No, he's good," and then he tried to run away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But
What? Who? What?
Okay, so funny story.
he shall remain nameless.
Yeah, we're not gonna name his name. We're gonna protect the innocent. Well, he's not innocent, but anyway.
Fuck them.
So we did a show at Catamount. Then after the show, everybody was celebrating. We go. I'm sober, so everybody's taking mad shots. Chris and I are the only sober ones. Then we go to this other bar. They have like
Naughty Pine.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't gonna say the name, but yeah,
Sorry.
had a bunch of. But I was feeling uncomfortable, so I was like, "Can we get the fuck out of here?" So we go back to Catamount. Everybody's drinking. I'm like, "Hey yo," Chris is like, "Hey yo, if anybody is too fucked up, you can stay at my crib." I'm like, "That's a good guy right there." So the homeboy like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Hey yo, Chris, he's fucked up." Chris is like, "Nah, he's good. He's good." I'm like, "Chris, no, he's fucked up." He's like, "Nah, he's good." Next thing you know, he doesn't use the bathroom in the Catamount. He uses the outside bathroom. 5 minutes go by. I'm like, "Chris, this motherfucker try to make a run for it." He's like, "Nah, he's good." I'm like, let's go see where this motherfucker parked. This motherfucker's in the car eating gummy worms, getting ready to pull off.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I will say I stand corrected on that. But in my defense, I was not in direct contact with him. He went and he had a moment where he was a little toasty. But then we went 0 to 60
real quick.
There was, you know how it is sometimes. Like there's that one drink or those two drinks that just turn somebody from like Gary Busey or from Nick Nolte into Gary Busey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that's the shit.
I'm grizzled to like, hey, you want some maple butter?
Yep, man.
That was a good night though.
Yeah, that was a good night. It was. They're all there. We've always had fun, man.
Yeah.
Like. We gotta fucking. I want to get late. I want to hang out though, like where we all get to go out and do something that's not necessarily doing a show. Where you just all bullshit and just fucking be folks. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, we all get along, and it's cool that we have this common thread. I think we were talking about it earlier, and I'm sure I've gotten sentimental with you about it, Connor, because that's what I do. But it's like, you know, this like we kind of have built like or there's been like this community. It's like a fraternity almost. And we get together and we've made like everybody's kind of friends, you know, and like even though it's not like we all are we've known each other for a long period of time. In a short period of time, you forge like a strong friendship bond because of your common thread. And I think that's a really fun, you know, really fun and exciting shit that's going on, and like being able to, you guys are like the cornerstone of that. I mean, like I said, dude, I could think of all the different explorers that have, you know, that have colonized and taken over the world, like, but you guys have, I mean, what you guys did out here was amazing, dude. And you know, you brought like, and it's been, I mean, it's made my life way cooler and better, and like, so I can't be, you know, I'm forever thankful and all that shit. That wait, I forgot what we were talking about. I got all like sentimental.
Yeah,
for
no,
a
I
second.
love it, bro. I'm not crying. I just yawned a couple times.
No, but yeah, but it's been, you know, but like that's the fun thing is like all the fucking like all the camaraderie and all the friends and all the fun shit we get to do. And like that night too was cool because you guys had a show out, and you guys were, so the I think was we'd had the show at the Catamount, and you guys had a show at
No. We was on the show. We was on the show.
Were you on that show?
It was Isaac's. It was.
Was that the show?
Yeah, it was that show.
Man, I'm getting mixed up on the motherfucking.
No, it was that show.
It was that. Yeah.
Was it that show?
Because Connor left early.
Oh, that's right.
Connor left the crazy before the crazy shit happened.
But I missed all the fun stuff, you know, after the show.
And
antics.
Then we stayed up till 3 a.m. playing 007 Gold.
Dude. 007.
On the 4 controller system?
Yeah.
Yo, I was up at actually we went to that Kava bar we were talking about earlier. They had the game room upstairs, and they had 007 in. And I was trying to I threw down the gauntlet at the bar. Everybody's there. I was like, hey, man, you play video games? They're like, oh, yeah, I love video games. Like, they got 007 upstairs. Like, oh, nope. I was like, man, come on.
Yeah, I got washed. I'm not going to lie. I got washed.
It's like muscle memory, though. The first couple times that whenever I play it, it takes me a couple of rounds before I remember. Oh, that's right. This is how like this works and that works. But once you get into it, man, it's like man. I can't believe like how much time I spent playing that game as a kid.
I just can't believe I got my ass beat while sober. It was me, Chris, and another person. They were drunk as shit, and
Not me.
I just got washed. Well, yeah, Chris won, but I still got washed. I was mad about it.
I got George over there yawning now.
Yep. Yeah, you motherfucker. I've been up since 3 in the morning.
That's also why I sat over here, because I knew if I sat over there, I was gonna pass the fuck out in the middle of this podcast. So,
Do you play video games with your kids?
do I play video games with my kids?
Yeah.
No,
No.
nope.
Do they play
No,
video
try
games?
To keep I mean, the oldest one's 4. So.
Oh, okay. I
mean,
thought they were like 6 and 7 for some
No,
reason.
4 and 3.
Oh,
So,
cool, dude.
Yeah, we try to like keep the tablets and all that shit
That's good.
out of
dude.
the way. So let their imaginations do all the.
Yeah, like they didn't really like tablets came out when my kid was like about to hit like 10 or 11.
Some
So
kids
it's-
are just zombies into them, and it's
Yeah.
just. It's not a hard thing to try to keep them off of it.
It's
so we
wild,
just,
dude. Yeah, dude. Like, I've been Sometimes I see people that bring their kids in the restaurant, and all they do is they just fucking plug their kid into a damn computer. Now there are some parents that do some cool shit, like Ryan and Tracy. They moved this week. It was very a big sadness to the Catamount family. Ryan, Tracy, and Jesse. There was this family that came in, and like the kid's like he's 8 or 9 years old now. They bring him in for the beginning part of karaoke night. They wouldn't be irresponsible to have him out until like midnight or whatever. But and that was cool. And they bring this kid to a bar, and he wasn't allowed to fuck around on like a tablet or nothing. He had to sit and fucking sit still or
exist
exist and be a part of like the thing. Now, this kid did hook me up for my birthday with the coolest fucking thing. He gave me a fucking giant whoopee cushion. It's a whoopee cushion that's this big.
dude.
Yeah, dude. And I've been like thinking about how I'm gonna use it, and I think I got an idea. But
dog bed.
nah, dude. That'd be cool. Better dog fart.
In the chat earlier, somebody said the phrase that we don't like saying on the show.
What's that? Oh, dog.
Yeah, that
we
one.
can say Lita's not here, dog pussy. And that was the most cringe, the most cringe moment.
Did somebody call me that?
No.
All right, good.
It's something somebody
I was
used to
about
say. We had a guest on here from Jesse from Undoing Ruin. They're like an urban gardening thing in Richmond. I knew the dude when I was younger.
Urban gardening?
So they'll take like your yard instead of turning like it into like just a lawn. They'll put in like tell you how to like be like this shit'll like work here, and you like if you're having like soil issues, plant this here, and like this is where you plant your garden. It's like, but they'll do also like if
rooftop art,
Yeah.
like horticulture. He does restorative like stuff. Like he'll go to like places where construction sites have come in and depleted native plants, and he makes like these bombs that are like dirt with the proper seeds and nutrients to get replace plants and plant life and shit like that. Also, very informative, very professional. But this was back in the days of pre-camera days of the show, back when we used to have alcohol. And and just the digression of the show. It started off, we were there, and then this dude was talking about like nitrogen and soil and hydroponics and worms casings and fuck all night and
wild shit.
Yeah, great stuff, and it was super informative. And then by his 4th or 5th drink, it was like we'd gotten to the point where every other word was dog pussy. Lita was like, I think about to grab her knife out of her purse. Like she was like, and it got how, and so that term was
another
repeated.
person was passed out on the floor in there for some reason.
I mean, there was a reason.
So we're doing okay.
Yeah, like, and it was like we were not like hammered drunk. We were just like trying to do the interview because a friend with a business, but he went.
I think
he went wild.
We've never really had. I don't think we've had anything besides the dog pussy event. Really be anything over the top.
That and the snake.
The snake is probably my favorite moment ever in this history of the show. It's unfortunate that was also pre-video era, but we do have a video of it on the Instagram.
There's a few pictures and stuff from that show.
So we had this couple on, and they were. And shout out to Joe and Louie. They're a really cool couple. But they came on, and this was another show that was very roller coasterish. In that we started out like when our friend Matt, who used to be one of the original hosts on the show, it was one of his friends, and he was like, "Yeah, they're beekeepers, and they do they're USDA gender assigners for bees, and they do all these things that are very cool." We were like, "All right, that sounds rad." So I pull up to the show. This is back when we used to do it on Friday night. So I pull up, and they pull up at the same time. And when they get out of the car, it's a very like Harley Quinn and Joker vibe, man. Like he gets out, he's covered in tattoos, dressed real cool. She gets out of the car. She's wearing a mesh shirt without bra on, like has her hair in pigtails. I was like, oh boy. And they're like, yeah. And so we sit down. I can't help but notice originally when we started the show that she had you could see a little bit of some plumage, if you will.
She had a shiner on her.
Yeah, she had a shiner, but it was covered in concealer. And it was just like, they're very, very interesting couple. And so they start talking. We started off the show and we start talking, and they're like, yeah, we do all this stuff with the bees. And it was absolutely fascinating to learn about the bees. I think YouTube might have taken this episode off of the air because I've looked for it before. I can't find it. And we go on to talk about that, and then we're like, oh, so cool. Like, what other stuff do you do? And they're like, oh, well, we do fundraising, bartending. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. So what do you do? And they're like, oh, well, we're doing one tomorrow. And then the woman was like, I'm going to be doing this topless. And the gentleman was like, yeah, and I'm just there to make sure everything's cool. And I was like, all right, that's kind of like wild/cool. And he's also a professional photographer, and they have a homestead and all this shit. So there's a lot of stuff they do that's really cool and informative and, progressive and productive and all that shit. So then they're like, we keep going, and the conversation starts getting into like some weird shit, and they're like, yeah, we also have our OnlyFans. And I'm like, oh, wow. I was like, that's fucking
Yup.
that's crazy. And I'm like, okay, well, they're like, check it out. And so George and I are like, oh, do we know? That's all right. And they're like, no, we insist.
I'm so glad they didn't have cameras. Oh, man, if we'd had cameras, then that would have been
Yeah, man. And we had, so the first, like, she shows us the first two pictures, and they're great pictures and beautiful pictures. This guy's a professional photographer. Very well. They're nude, but they were like classy. Like one was her in a field, like kind of like
titty half out.
Yeah, titty half out, like in the grass, and it was nice and blue sky and amber waves of grain and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then the next one was like her in a barn, and she's like the only light coming in through the barn is like through the sunlight through the slats, and the dust in the sky is fucking catching it, and she looks kind of like a zebra because the lights on her like that. And it's very hot.
Artsy titty.
Yeah, very hot but very artsy. Then the next one comes up. And it's just gawk, fucking, and like then I look over at this dude and I realize he's probably more dick than person because he's like shorter than me. But this fucking wiener was like, I mean, it was a very impressive wiener.
It was regular size.
Depends on who you put it on.
Yeah, right. And so anyhow. So yeah, and then we were like, both George and I were like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it was definitely surprising.
Yeah, it was surprising. It was not.
It wasn't like she was just like dick adjacent. That shit was halfway down her throat.
Yeah, it was impressive as well as intimidating, because then and after that they were very both of them very eye contacty with all of us, and we were like, "Hey, yo."
I thought the funniest part of that whole exchange is when she passed me the phone, and I was like, "Hold on, I got to put on my reading glasses to look at titties." That's what I was like. Yeah, I'm old.
So following that, so to get to the apex point. So this is not even so. So the whole time, so homeboy he's sitting where I am, and you're sitting where you're sitting where I was. I'm sitting where he was, and he looks at me. He's like, "Hey, man, take this." And I'm like, and this is the point. Like, we had no context, nothing. And I'm like, it's a peach Crown Royal bag. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this, dude? And he was like, just take it, look at it, take it. And I was like, all right. And he hands it to me, and at this point, and I grab it. When I grab it, it's like, it's got a little bit of heft to it. So I'm like, at this point in the conversation, I don't know if it's a gun. I don't know if it's a severed human hand. I don't know if it's a dildo. I don't know.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it for real was gonna be a dildo.
Dude. Well, in theory, what I pulled out could be used as a dildo.
But he had the bag with him the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. And he pulls out this thing, gives it to me, and then I pull out a fucking 3-foot long white albino python alive. And I had to play,
Yeah.
and I had to play. You know, fortunately I'm not freaked out by snakes, man. Like, and I played it cool, but man, it was. I showed that shit.
That shit was hilarious.
It was but the man, dude. I mean, it was a very surprising thing to just hand somebody.
You were like,
After you just showed them a video of your white snake on
No,
OnlyFans.
they showed me a video of their white snake.
That's what
and
I
then-
mean.
Yeah, dude. It was,
He's like, you want to see another one? Open the bag.
dude. It
That's
was.
crazy.
It was very. In fact, I will bring that up for it. Actually, you got it. You get it on the computer. Or not?
what?
That video on the.
It's probably on the Instagram.
All right.
Let me see if I can find it.
My phone died, so I'm.
You can send it to me later if not.
I'll text it to you later.
Definitely.
Tight. Yeah, man, that was that was probably the funniest moment on the show. It was just like such a very
That's
candid.
bizarre.
It was totally
Yeah.
candid. It was totally candid, and it just like went totally with the whole flow of everything. The I mean, leading up to that point, there was also they were talking about their enterprise as professional shoplifters.
Oh yeah,
And,
there's
like,
so many
and-
facets to them.
Yeah, it was a lot of like they're super villains. By the end of the show, I was like, yo, you guys are fucking super villains. Like you have you live on a compound.
And she was like, I want to come back. And she never came back.
All right, we got to bring more to the table next time, dude. I'll bring like a flamethrower or something.
Yeah.
Man, just stop by Martinsburg, pick up a couple of the ladies over there at Lust, bring them by.
Just let them loose in here while we fucking
No, I
do
want
the
to.
podcast.
No, I would love. I want to interview them because have you been there?
No.
No, me neither. But I heard.
Lust legs.
No, we went there as a group for. We went to your neck of the woods as a group from the Catamount Lounge, and we got there. We went on a Tuesday night. We got there at 8:30.
Prime time.
Yeah, 8:30 on a Tuesday night, and so it was slow, and so they were aggressive, and it was just fucking like it was like getting sold a timeshare. We come in, they're like, "Oh, hey," they're like, "You guys seem real cool." Like, you know, we were waiting for some cool people to come in, and
Like
I
a
was-
Grand Theft Auto when you go into the strip club.
pretty much, dude. And I felt like, well, and especially me personally, because it was Julieta and Sam and Chris and Shannon. So you had
Oh,
two
gosh.
couples, two visible couples, and then there was the single guy out. And because Kelly works and you know
you
she
guys
and all that
nice.
stuff, and we don't go to strip clubs together, and that's partially a joke. But we went, so we walk in, they just were like, she's the one of the head strippers like, oh my gosh, let me show you around, and then it turned into like a whole sales pitch. She's like, for $150 you can get it, blah blah blah, and for $250. And by the way, those are like the introductory costs. Like I remember back when a lap dance was $30 and a slap job was $75. You know,
That's right.
What the fuck, slap job?
if you have to ask, you'll never know.
You could use your change from the grocery store to get a lap dance back in the day.
Dude, it's like, it starts off. That's just like the basic introductory lap dance. I don't even think they touch you. I think they just like,
At the end, she's like, for $800, we can go down to the courthouse right now. You can marry me.
no, dude, 800. That's not getting you shit, dude. So this was the prices. It was $150, like $250 for like a weird whatever lap dance. Then they had the jacuzzi shower. No, they had a shower show there. $600, but 5 people can watch, so you get 5 people to chip in or whatever. Then
That's like top tier. What is like?
the jacuzzi.
Okay.
But let me tell you about the shower thing first, which is the bizarre thing about it. So they have 2 showers, and it looks really nice. It looks like one of the like the showrooms at like Home Depot or something. Like it's real nice and stuff. Except for they have old school jail bars that like seal up where the entry, or like so there can't be like, I guess, access to
Right.
these girls in case shit gets out of hand or whatever.
So they got bitches in cages?
Yep.
Yes, dude.
They got bitches in cages.
But
Shower
that's
cages.
$600 for that, and I think you get like a 20-minute show for that. Then this is the pièce de résistance, $3,500. For $3,500 for I think it's 30 minutes, you get a jacuzzi show. And the jacuzzi show, you get to go in the jacuzzi with the girls. They give you a pair of trunks, and you go in, and the girls go in fully nude. And you get a 20 or 30 minutes for $3,500 fucking dollars.
Should go to
in
Singapore, bro.
He's like, for Singapore, man, that's like $75, man.
3,500. You could freaking buy a. dang
Fuck
You
yeah.
house.
can just buy a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could buy a whole piece of property with everything you just said on it.
Dude, it was, but that's like
$3,500.
yeah, isn't that some
You could
crazy?
just fuck a regular
Who
bitch
the
like
fuck
for like
has-
5-6 months.
Even if you had that type of money, like I feel like that's something you wouldn't spend it on, right? Like it's just like what could be like. I mean, dude. I mean, I think it's implied that there's got to be some sort of.
Whoever wrote out their business plan is just.
Well, if you go there when you,
Shoddy.
but so the funny part was they give you this whole,
or it's
they,
working.
They give you this whole spiel like it's like a you're going into a fucking a timeshare, and the girl had a clipboard and everything. She was funky. I looked at her, I was like, why are you not in high end retail? You should be selling like jewelry and watches, like to you know like.
Not some place where they're playing "Pop That Pussy" to Chantel on stage 3.
Can you imagine what that jacuzzi water's like?
No, they change
Fucking
it out every day. It's like
You watch them do it.
It's got to have
they
an
do.
effect
The
on their
jacuzzi's
pH.
dry. Yeah, the jacuzzi.
That costs $1,000.
Yeah,
You want
the
to watch them
jacuzzi's
change
dry.
the jacuzzi water?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was like so. Anyway, so we get back to the main room. They bring us back to the main room. We go in there, and like the two couples sit down, and of course, like, and I'm like, and so I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm like, they keep coming up to me because they're like, so you picked out what dance you're gonna get. You know who you're gonna get to dance for. You know what you're gonna do. You know you're gonna do. You're gonna go in the shower. You're gonna get the jacuzzi. You're gonna do the jacuzzi, aren't you? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, fuck no, dude. Like, I came here to fucking like hear a couple of fucking like Uncle Luke songs and like throw like $10, and then I'm gonna sneak out the door. But I just use the strippers. I use a stripper's fucking mentality or thought process mentality versus them, dude. It was very simple. I just lied right to their fucking face. I was like, yeah, oh, dude, 100%. I was like, I'm just not sure if I'm between like Denver or Amber or whoever, I forget their names or whatever, and like they're like, oh yeah, that's tight. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette and think about it. And we go out and smoke, and then like one would just appear like hoe magic and be like, so
What will it be?
like, yeah, have you decided yet? And I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So I continued to lie, and then I was like, well, listen, here's the thing, I'm very superstitious, and I'm going to the casino. We were on the way to the casino, and I talked them into going. So we need to go to the casino so I can go play some poker, and then I'm gonna play some poker because I don't even play poker. I was like, and then we're gonna come back after I win all the money, and then you guys can have all of it. And she was like, oh my god, that sounds like a great idea. And I was like, yeah, dude. And then I went inside and ordered some French fries and ate French fries at the strip club, and then we left. And I didn't go back because
Went home smelling like
I
chlorine.
was lying.
He went home smelling like titty juice.
Yeah, my
Titty
wife
juice
was
and
like,
chlorine.
yeah, oh, dude. I just, again, $3,500. Like, I would get more satisfaction sitting at the stage and watching $3,500 like being used as a prop than I
That would be
would.
sweet.
Yeah, dude. Because also I think like instinctively like my life as a lifeguard as a teenager would fuck with me in the
Another
jacuzzi.
job.
I'd be like, oh my god, no, you've been
You're
down.
gonna drown.
You've been underwater way too long.
She needs mouth to mouth.
Mouth to dick.
Mount Cog. But yeah, West Virginia though, fireworks too, dude. So you got like you must do it big on. Well, you don't like fireworks at all.
No, not really.
You don't even do anything like sparklers. Nothing like snakes.
What
or
about
nothing
yeah?
for
We
the
got them
kids?
snakes.
Nah.
Oh
No.
man, I love fire. I'm sorry, I'm like a 10-year-old, and I fucking love fireworks.
Well, my dog that we had for a long time was just not like she would absolutely freak out. Like we had to be in the house with her when fireworks were going off. And where we live at, it's like a 2 or 3 week long ordeal. Like they've been setting them off for the past week, and they're gonna be setting them off for the next 2 weeks every single fucking night. And yeah, it was just a nightmare with our old dog, and it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So
they're just trying to be historically accurate,
yeah, of course.
Everybody
But,
knows that you blew shit up forever.
yeah, but to Ace's point, I had to freaking sleep with jets landing over my head for 10 months. So I don't appreciate the freaking noise, Bunker Hill. Keep it down. I want to get a good night's
Yes,
sleep with
now.
shut eye.
Now,
I'm just kidding.
also
I'm using
though,
that
that's
as an excuse.
part of
Totally
the fun stuff of living in the country is you have the luxury of blowing shit up.
Amen, brother.
There is that.
Hey man. I mean, I haven't blown
I'll
up
let him
anything.
live it.
So we're hopefully gonna have fireworks at my party. I gotta get in touch with the firework plug. This dude. So this is funny shit. We had like this like it was a couple of years ago, and my buddy AK shows up, and I'm like, yo man, here I gave him a couple $100. This dude came in with like I don't know how many thousands of dollars worth of product, but he showed up. I was like, AK, I was like, we are celebrating the nation's independence, man. We are not taking down a federal building, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. He's also a Packy dude, so it makes it funnier because you have that thing. But he's more redneck than than anything. Trust me. That Bama is something else. But, so, anyways, his boy catches wind of where the party's at, and his plug shows up, and it looked like the scene out of True Lies when they pulled the fucking nuclear weapon out of the back of the truck. So this dude pulls up in a Sprinter van. He has a fucking shelf thing on it. He pulls it out. It's like, and there's just a pile. He pulls a blanket off a pile of fucking like just loose fucking mortars, fucking Roman candles. Everything, man. Bottle rockets, yeah, and it just like, and so all my neighbors and shit just came pumping. It was like the ice cream man, but like this, yeah, dude, and yeah, that was like that was a fucking that night. There was better fireworks and more fireworks, I think, than even like I would venture to say DC, man. It was.
Yeah, it went on for forever. Dude.
Now I have 4 dogs and 2 cats, and so I'm sympathetic to it. But I think 1 night, 2 nights a year, I like to do 2 nights. I think that my birthday and then also 4th of July are cool. Now I do think that it does get to a point where it does become gratuitous and you need to like calm down. But yeah, like in my neighborhood, it's an issue because I live out there too, and some of my neighbors, they get down, and then the other neighbors bitch about it on Facebook.
For my birthday, I'm gonna make a Roman candle Gatling gun.
Yeah, that was a thing. Like the thing where the people tape the fucking things all together. Have you seen that shit? That shit's wild.
You put on a little cardboard spindle.
And thus begins the story of how we started calling him 8-Finger.
You can put like the end of a trash can on it.
Question: are we closing soon, or should I take another potty break?
Oh no, we about to wrap in a half.
All right. I just want to go take a potty break and then come back. You guys be like, "All right, we're done." I didn't say bye to anybody.
No, go for it.
How many people we got watching right now? You know?
I haven't even looked.
Is that data available?
1 million.
Yeah, 1 million.
Jake Paul's on.
Jake Paul. What do you guys have coming up soon?
Yeah.
Let's start rapping.
Let's see. Black and White Comedy
you should freestyle rap it.
Coming up. Oh, you want me to freestyle rap it? All right. Somebody give me a beat.
You're doing this acapella.
All right. July 2nd, we in Manassas. We got some Hog Shack open mic for all your asses. July 5th, we coming to Martinsburg. We got Robert Mack. He's about to make you beep. July 9th, another open mic at Hog Shack. What the jokes you gonna like?
All right, you can stop.
Okay, let's get 7:15. July 15th,
Yeah,
Winchester Backseat Bar and Grill. July 16th, Manassas, another Hog Shack open mic.
He don't have bars, but he has
July
determination.
18th, Hog Shack free comedy show. That is a Friday free comedy show. Got some comedy magic. Got a lady coming from LA. You know the Ryan Daniels. Ryan Daniels, your boy Ryan Daniels.
He's also alumni of the show.
Yeah, and then we got a chick from LA coming out. She's been on Netflix, HBO, Comedy Store, all that shit. And my boy Tony Rogers is headlining. He's been all over the place, performing in comedy clubs, all that fun stuff. And then after that, we got 2 more open mic nights in July at Hog Shack, and then right at the beginning of August is when we got Rich Voss at the Backseat Event Center, and then we'll have another free show in August at the Backseat. Just keep rolling, keep rocking.
Catamount Lounge,
Doing
July
my thing.
24th too.
Yeah, I still got to lock that one in because it's the day after my anniversary and birthday, so I just got to
shit.
make sure we're not doing anything. So
Otherwise, it's gonna be the Ace show.
yeah, otherwise he's gonna be making his headlining debut there.
Ace, you never headlined anywhere?
No, I've headlined.
I was about to say, I thought you had, man. I was about to say, but if
That's
not,
not
that
a
would
terrible
be-
idea either.
We should get you on a headliner, man.
I don't know.
I'm down for whatever.
We'll see what happens, but yeah, I just gotta make sure we can do it. I would
First-
like to comedy combo it.
First one was
Yeah, you
Steve
guys-
Tracy out of Battery Heights headline. That was
Okay.
Yeah, that was dope.
We've just taken a lot of cherries at the Catamount Lounge on the headline. We had Eddie, Isaacs, Chris Porter just did his. Who else? There's 2 others. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyways, Curran. Yeah, Squizzy, man. K Squizzy, man. How Squizzy's doing, man? I haven't seen him in a week.
I'm sure he's fine. Yeah.
I miss that, man. Sorry, I'm a little baked, man. I get a little.
It's been a week.
I miss you, K-Swizz.
I do, man. That man's funny. as shit, man.
Correct.
But yeah, we
Yeah,
out
now,
here.
now he's got to come back to try to tie
Yeah,
your record for how
him.
many shows you've been on.
Mhm.
We've been telling everybody.
Well, next time we're bringing a snake.
It was a 4-way tie. Oh, next time you bring a snake, you might become the ultimate guest.
I meant the little fireworks.
Oh,
I didn't.
dude, that'd be tight.
Yeah, just do them like right here on a table.
Oh hell
You
no!
can make. There's a way you can make that shit like with stuff around the house. I don't know how to.
It's probably
do
not
it.
safe to breathe in.
Yeah, that's how the fire department shows up. Like, and he died.
We don't know how.
He was making some type of black goop mess in the kitchen. The next thing you know, he died.
Goop mess.
Go goop man.
Goop mess.
All right. What about you, Chris? What you got coming up?
Oh shit. Going out to Denver next week, which is cool. I'm going.
Plugging his vacation.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get some time out there. I'm trying to get some time.
Oh, you want to do some comedy out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on. I gotta.
All right, I'll talk to some people.
You got some
See
folks
what-
out there?
I mean,
I mean, now that you are,
no promises or anything. But
Hey, listen, dude. You're
I don't know anybody.
I bet you that if you put your mind to it and we looked at degrees of separation, you could probably help me out. But that's because you demand, dog.
Stop
I
it.
don't really.
I'm
Yeah,
just nice to people.
I don't know
and
what I
people
really
were nice
got
to me
going on.
back.
Tomorrow I'm doing the riff mic at the Electric Palm. Sorry, guys.
That's cool. That's a fun.
It is
I've
fun,
never
man.
been there, but it
I want to
sounds
get out to Hog Shack though. I love doing Hog Shack. It's it's always fun to go in there because I love fucking. So sometimes the crowd there is always such a mixed bag. It's crazy,
fun.
dude. Yeah, we're doing the riff mic tomorrow, but then next week I'll be at the Catamount on Monday, and then I'm leaving Tuesday to go to Denver to go see some Kelly's family, and then Friday, Saturday I'll be hanging out with my homie. Following on Saturday, July 19th, I will be eating dinner at Casa Bonita. That's right, Casa Bonita.
Oh, are you a member of the Founders Club like I am?
I'm not, but my homie is that I'm going to visit. So
I get emails all the time from Casa Bonita
yes, I'm
telling
going.
me.
I'm gonna be. Have you been there?
Nah, but
Oh.
like, so I went there last time I went to Denver. I tried to go, and I had been like, I got some weird email where it was like, "Do you want to be a founder?" And I was like, typed in my shit, and I have some like, it's on my iPhone. It's a fucking full out card, and there's like a bunch of shit I get for free. Because I guess I signed up on an email like, "Do you want to eat at Casa Bonita?" I was like, "Fuck it, I'm fine." And then like, I don't know.
I'm super hyped about it. 'Cause yeah.
Like I get emails about like the actual reservations. Like there are open reservations. Like just so I can like, I guess if I'm in the area, I'm like, yes, the Founders has spoken.
Well, I'm super hyped. So I'm gonna be doing that and hopefully getting some stage time while I'm out there.
I
And-
sent you.
Are you
I sent you a contact to hit up on Facebook.
oh my man, see,
Oh, dude, I was
Ace.
fucking acting like an idiot. He actually knows somebody.
Ace is my motherfucker. I love this motherfucker, dude. This is great, man. This is fucking great. Yeah, I think and then after that, I don't know. I'm gonna go out and I'll be at the Hog Shack the next Wednesday that I'm back though. That's where
Cool.
I want to come do that and then come visit. I just want to come. You know what? I just want to come to one of your all shows.
Oh, sure.
Like as just come and watch a show, man. I need to like one night that I can get off work. On one of those nights, I'm gonna make it happen because you guys' shows be fucking.
The last one
It
was
was a big
amazing. It
night.
was all woman lineup. Miss Monica Daly crushed as the headliner.
fun.
We had Angie host. We had also Sandy Bernstein on the lineup, Brenda
Yeah.
Joy, and Tina. It was a great show. It was one for the books. That was dope. That was electric.
Dude, all the people on that are so cool too. Like Sandy is so that little lady is
That was
so.
my first time meeting her.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
dude!
Or
yeah.
seeing her do comedy, and then I was like, "Hey, man, she's fun as shit. I want to have her open. She's opening up this Saturday in Martinsburg, so they'll get a little taste of that." I think she'd do great in front
Sandy
of that crowd.
Bernstein really fun. Yeah, we give a hoot. That's where we met her a couple times out there. Yeah, Sandy, and then I mean Angie's. That's oof, she's.
I'm about to piss myself.
All right, go pee.
All right.
Yeah, we out of here, man. Whatever.
Go over to Dirtbag Radio.
You guys are the shit.
he got a shit. Go over to
You guys are the shit. I'm not taking a shit. Just number one.
go over to Helltown Radio on everything. Go over to Capital MMA. Learn how to strangle people for fun. I put out music. It looks weird. It doesn't look like me. It's called Golden Orphans. Look it up on the Instagram. Doesn't sound like me. Haha. Any words of wisdom, Chris?
Man, yeah.
What is that?
Be excellent to each other.
2 fingers in the pee hole. Way worse than one in the butthole. Read your Bibles.
George 3:16. Cigarette time.
You ever shit yourself for money?